Moving on from the Tricky Triangle, we now go ahead to the Midwest, and we are in Michigan for 155 laps around Michigan International Speedway. Tonight's race being sponsored by Top City Travel. This is the SOMO Portside Jaguar and Land Rover Cup Series. Sam Cooper Bennett up in the booth with you, and joining me in the booth for the first time in a few weeks after returning from his Indy vacation is Mr. Scott Brinson. Scott, good to have you back in the booth, buddy.
Hey Sam, how you doing, buddy? It's good to be back. Nice little break there to recharge my batteries. I'm ready to go here at the Big M for Southern Motorsports. I love this place. Always a good time at Michigan International Speedway.
Absolutely, and it's going to be a great race here, as we've always seen at Michigan, but here we are just about to get ready for qualifying, so let's go through some sponsors before we go to that right now. Tonight's race being sponsored by Top City Travel. Remember to book your next trip with TopCityTravel.com. Also want to give a shout out to the United Real Estate, one of the league sponsors. If you're looking to buy a home, or if you're looking to sell your home, then go to United Real Estates. They will get you a decent price. Also want to give a shout out to one of the usual race sponsors, Coffee and Glitter Mom. If you want a decent designed beaker or tumbler for your barbecue this summer, then go to www.facebook.com Coffee and Glitter Mom. Also want to give a shout out to give our usual support to Pulmonary Hypertension Awareness. Pulmonary hypertension, one of the most difficult to diagnose diseases in the world of the medical profession. If you want more information, or if you want to throw out a donation, then go no further than phaware.global. Want to give a mention to PZ Overlays. If you want a decent overlay like the one you see on tonight's broadcast, then go no further than Paul Zota. That's PZ Overlays. You'll find them on Facebook. Well, Scott, before we go to tonight's race, let's go to the points. Before we go to qualifying, let's go to the point standings before tonight's race. I don't know if you have them up yet or not.
Yes, sir. All ready to rock and roll. This being race number 15, we've got 14 in the books. And Adam Baker is your current points leader. He's got himself a nice little lead over second place Keith Maiato. Joe Mitchell is currently third. Seth Hatchel is fourth. Shane Papala jumped up 3 spots after their last race to fifth place. Lupe Gonzalez is sixth. Chris Samard is seventh. Aaron Mulrooney Jr. dropped a couple spots to eighth. Brian Neff is ninth. And David Gainforth rounds out the top 10.
And David Gainforth, I just got to give a special mention out to him. I mean, had the biggest heartbreak last week. I don't know if you saw that, Scott, but leading up to the final caution, and he ran out of fuel on the caution.
Man, that's a hard. I missed it, but that would be a heartbreaker.
Yeah, David Gainforth stealing the lead on fuel strategy, and just having it taken away from him like that is just absolutely devastating. And hopefully he'll be looking to make amends for that tonight. But anyway, let's go to tonight's qualifying session. We are just over 2 minutes left in qualifying. Let's go to the qualifying standings there. Let's go to the main view, as we are going to go and take a look and see who's out on track right now. As
quite a few of them out there currently.
Yeah, we're looking at Joe Mitchell just making his way out on track yet. Not set a time as yet. But Brayden Johnson, one of the surprise people at the top of the standings there, Scott.
Yeah, right now he's got it by almost a full tenth of a second back to Chris Samard, who's currently second. Adam Baker's third. Aaron Shaffer fourth, and Keith Maiato rounds out the top 5 currently. But it is open qualifying, so they're all still out there cranking out laps, and this could all change here before it's all said and done in this next minute and 40 seconds.
Yeah, last week's heartbreak kid, David Gainforth, is still up there, still cranking off the decent times. He's not out on track right now, but he's sitting in 8th place there, the number 101. Definitely a man who's looking out for redemption tonight. Aaron Shaffer, another one of the heartbreak kids from last week. He had an early retirement after a early incident in that number 71 machine, so another one looking to make amends. And Keith Maiato, managing.
He just jumped up to 4th there. He jumped Shaffer there.
So Keith Maiato up to the top 5, hoping to get another win on the season tonight and hopefully close that gap to Adam Baker. Speaking of Adam Baker, he's sitting in third right now.
Gonzalez just jumped up to 6th, pushing Hatchel back to 7th. Mitchell's 8th, Gain 4th is 9th, and Papala rounds out the top 10.
Yeah, Shane Papala there. Just coming out of pit road. Let's have a look at some more drivers there. We've got 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29 drivers that were in the hot lap session. Not sure if all of them are going to take the green tonight, but we have 6 drivers that have not taken time yet. Curtis Martin there making his debut tonight. Driving for... sorry, what? Sorry, Scott.
I was just going to say, Sam, to follow up on that, 2 of those drivers are not in the session. Matthew Talbert and Mike Grandy are not in the session currently. And we got 5 seconds to qualifying being over, so it looks like they're not going to grid up.
So we're going to have 27 drivers taking the green tonight here at Michigan. As we're just watching Curtis Martin just do a couple of runs out of pit road, but not really going to do much here now. Anyway, before we go to tonight's green flag, let's go to our grid for tonight's race. And there it is. Starting on the pole and starting on the front row is Brayden Johnson. Joining him on that front row will be Chris Simard. Row 2 will be Adam Baker and Keith Mayato. Row 3 will be Aaron Shaffer and Lupe Gonzalez. Row 4 will be Seth Hatchel and Joe Mitchell. And row 5 will be David Gainforth and Shane Papala.
Starting 11th will be Andrew Melvin. Kurt Davidson rolls off 12th. Tom Clayton 13th. Vince Moore roll off 14th. Brad Hicks 15th. Curtis Martin 16th. Ron Hollifield back there in the 17th spot. Jay Felton 18th. Ryan Robertson will roll off 19th. And old Buzz Cohen rounds out the top 20. Sam.
On row 11 will be Larry Holloway and Jeff Glotner. Row 12 will be John Estes and Jeff Sharp. Row 13 will be Mike Grandy, but it remains to be seen if he'll take the green tonight. Brian Neff will be on the outside of that row. 27th is Matthew Talbot. 28th, Len McNeese. 29th, and rounding out the field of 29 drivers, well, 27 by the looks of things, will be Timothy Lewis.
Old Tim Lewis in the old number 4 machine. He's been rocking that number for as long as I've known Tim Lewis, and that goes back about 4 years.
Yeah.
See if he can't make some headway up through this field.
Yeah, it's going to be a long race, 155 laps here at Michigan. We don't know what the stages are at this point. Not being able to touch base with Paul Zota, but we'll soon find out. Either way.
Yeah, we'll be able to figure it out. Was it 155? I'm guessing probably 55 and 55. That might even be a little much. That might be 50, 50, and then 55.
That's what I'm thinking. Like, first stage ends on 50, second stage ends on lap 100, and then it's a 55 lap dash to the finish. But Brayden Johnson and Chris Simard locking out your front row there. Brayden Johnson, a man on a mission lately. Brayden Johnson, I think, has changed cars. I think he's in the Ford now. He was in the, I'm sure he was in the Chevrolet earlier in the season.
Yeah, I can't remember. I've been gone for so long, it's hard to remember back. And I usually don't pay that much attention to what the guys are driving. I barely check out the paint schemes. I just look at the numbers and call the names. That's what happens when you've called 500 plus sim races, folks.
Yeah, I think the last race you broadcasted with us was the All-Star race, was it?
Yeah, I was here for the All-Star race, and then I've been on hiatus ever since. The Indy break.
Yeah, and that race won by Adam Baker, and Adam Baker won the actual Charlotte race itself, so...
Nice. Swept?
Yeah, he swept all of the Charlotte events, but he's starting on the second row tonight, the championship leader, got his closest championship rival, Mr. Keith Mayato, starting right next to him, so that's going to be an interesting thing to see here tonight.
Yeah, those are the 2 all-time wins leaders here starting in row 2 there. Number 1 and number 2. Mayato being the winningest and Baker being right behind him. 1 win behind him.
Yeah, Adam Baker getting that win last week after...
It's changed since I've been going. With all the wins he's been collecting, let me rephrase that. Baker is the leader with 24. Mayato is now second with 22.
Oh, yeah.
Mayato was one up last time I called a race. So that's how much winning Baker's been doing lately, folks.
Yeah, Adam Baker's been on a roll lately, and that's only going to help towards his championship aspirations, as he's got one hell of a lead in the standings right now. But it's not the point standings that count. It just helps him get into the chase, as the chase is the more important part. As they go into turn 3 now, we are going to get them going again. We're going to wait for this pace car to get them going. We've got some new rules going into tonight's race, Scott, but we'll go into that later in the race during the next caution. But right now, they're coming through turn 4. I'm waiting for the pace car to make that hard left turn. There goes the pace car, and we're underway. 155 laps here at Michigan, and Brayden Johnson getting off to one hell of a start, and Adam Baker making his way through the field already.
Yeah, 77 was kind of camped out there on the outside, but this is a big track, that high side. They're going to get a lot of speed coming off the corner. They'll be all right. Nobody's getting away this early on. As you see, Baker's already closed in on the leader. He got a great start there, but they're closing in already.
Yeah, Chris Samard not getting off to the best of starts there, but he does get it wound up again, and onto the inside of Adam Baker he goes, back up to second place. Adam Baker down to third. Keith Mayato holding station in fourth. Aaron Shaffer in fifth. Shane Papala up to sixth already. Great start for that number 89 machine. He's currently fighting with Lupe Gonzalez and Seth Hatchel.
Yeah, you're going to see a lot of shuffling going on the start and the restarts here at Michigan. It's such a big and spacious place, and you can use multiple lanes here. So guys are able to race it up early on while the tires are still good. They're even racing back here hard, back in the pack, mid-pack towards the pack.
Yeah, we're looking back at Curtis Martin there, just on the rear fender of Ryan Robertson there. 3 rookies all in a row there. That's Ryan Robertson there in the number 32. There's David Gainforth, just been passed by Vince Moore. So Vince Moore making his way through the field in that nice number 43 STP car. Yeah, very, I'm guessing he's a Petty fan.
I'll tell you, somebody that's on the move right now is Shane Papala. He is just chewing his way through the top 10 right now as he's worked his way damn near the top 5. He was in the top 5 just a corner ago, but he lost the spot. Now he's trying to get it right back as he's underneath the 71. That put him in 5th. He's going to dive underneath the 36 as well. We're 3 wide on the front stretch as we cross the stripe.
Onto the inside of Brayden Johnson now goes Shane Papala going into turn 1. And he's going to take it away from Brayden Johnson. Now he's working on Aaron Shaffer. So, yeah, definitely Shane Papala really on the move now as he's gone up alongside the number 71. Really going to try and point his way into this top 4 now as he's going to get the run going into turn 3. As we've got a wreck on the backstretch. We've got a wreck. That's Len McNeese in it. And Tom Clayton's in it. So let's go back and find out what happened to Clayton. Fighting with Larry Holloway there by the looks of things.
Looks like Clayton just got in the wall there. I didn't see Len get a part of it. Len was able to get around it. It was just basically a one-car deal. He got a little help, but it's going to be Tom Clayton that pays the big price there.
Yeah, it looks like Brian Neff got into the back of him as well just to help him around. But, yeah, very unfortunate there for the number 66 of Tom Clayton. Not really had the best of runs lately. The last few weeks he's been really struggling. I mean, I think since Richmond he's not really had the best of runs. So, really struggling there in that number 66 Wrangler machine.
Well, you know how that can snowball, Sam. I mean, if anyone out there knows how that can snowball, you'd definitely talk to you, right? Absolutely.
I've seen the inside of the wall more times than anybody else in this goddamn thing.
I feel your pain, my friend. I went through it last season. I was everybody's pinball.
Yeah. I'll be making my return to the series when we go to Watkins Glen in 2 weeks. But everybody bringing it down pit road regardless. Early pit stops, I'm guessing because Michigan is so tough on the tyres, everyone's going to be taking pit stops very regularly tonight.
Pretty much.
As you see them all bringing it down pit road now. As everybody looks like they've got into their pit stalls pretty okay. No, Chris Samart gets it wrong. As Brian Neff's going to do a pass through, I think he missed his pit stall. He did this last week at Pocono as well.
Oh, he'll get a bonus point for that.
As Adam Baker wins the race off pit road, Mayata's going to come off second, Pipala third, Shaffer fourth, and I think that's Brayden Johnson coming off in fifth place. So everybody getting off pit road okay. Yeah, Brian Neff is going to get a point for leading the lap, but I think that was because he missed his pit stall. And yeah, Brian Neff struggling with getting into that pit stall last couple of weeks as well. So there's a few drivers that have been struggling lately.
He's actually going to have to stay out if he wants to lead a lap. He didn't get recorded as a leader. They give it to Samard.
And it looks like Brian Neff is going to bring it down pit side, so he's not going to get a lap lead here tonight. Well, not yet anyway. In that Winn-Dixie number 60. Adam Baker is about to resume the lead there as they go into the tri-oval. As there goes Brian Neff into pit road. But yeah, Scott, just want to touch while we're under caution. Want to touch on the fact that we've had a few iRacing rule changes during this week 13. Most notably the blend line coming out of pit road.
Yeah, fill me in a little bit. I've heard bits and pieces about it, but I haven't had a chance
It's
to read up on it.
basically you have to stay below the yellow line when you're pitting, and you cannot come up. You can't cross that yellow line, otherwise iRacing is going to penalise you for it.
Going either way, like no more faking people out.
Yeah. Well, when you're coming out of pit road, you can't come above the yellow line until you're up on the backstretch.
Oh, you're talking about exiting, okay.
Yeah. Also, some new graphical details that they've added. I mean, the grass damage engine that they've put in there, that's pretty awesome that they've shown that. Still no new tyre engine, which is tyre model, which is annoying, but I'm sure it'll be along soon enough. Well, Scott, get us going for the next run now.
All right, man. See if we can knock out some green flag laps here. We're scheduled for 155 tonight. That's a long race here at the Big M. We're going to need some green flag laps for this 300-miler plus. Time to go racing again. Pace car pulls off. Waiting on Baker now. There he goes. We're racing again. My auto got a bad jump there. He timed it wrong, but I think he'll be all right. Good jump for Baker.
Yeah, we're under green again as Keith Mayato is under pressure already from Shane Pipala. Shane Pipala, one of the strongest starters in the race, already up to third place. Brayden Johnson making a move on the inside of Aaron Shaffer. He's up to P4 now. We've got a wreck at the back. There's Paul Cohen and Larry Holloway in it. No caution as they crashed on the infield, but Paul Cohen and Larry Holloway having one hell of a bad moment there as Paul Cohen had to tow that. Larry Holloway gets it going once again.
Yeah, they crashed down off the track and got all the wreckage out of the way, so we stay green.
Absolutely, as we are now on lap 9 of 155. Baker, your leader. Mayato second. Pipala third. Shaffer fourth. Joe Mitchell up to fifth now. So a man on the move there in the number 18 Snickers machine. As he works to the inside of Brayden Johnson.
He'll take another one. Thank you very much.
Absolutely. And Seth Hatchel. Another one of the heartbreak kids from the last couple of weeks. Seth Hatchel leading at Charlotte. And had it cruelly taken away from him after a battle with Adam Baker. Adam Baker getting into the back of him and accidentally turning him into the wall with about 10 laps to go. So, unfortunate there for Seth Hatchel, but he's hoping to get another decent result here tonight. But last week was an interesting race, Scott. Joe Mitchell picking up the win last week, but yeah, another strong finish from Adam Baker last week really helped him in the championship.
Yeah, I'm looking at the race results right now at Pocono, and I see Shane Papala finished strong in that race. Shane finished third in that race. He's currently in third. He started 10th tonight, one of the biggest movers of the race, but he is not the biggest mover of the race. I mentioned Tim Lewis there starting shotgun on the field. Well, he started dead last, and he's already up to 16th. So he's picked up 11 spots already, Sam, and we're only on lap 11 of 155. So Tim Lewis, he's showing his muscle right now. He's currently under attack by the 9, though. Because he actually just got by the 9, so he's going to be in 15th place now.
Yeah, his next target will be David Gainforth, just up the road in the 101 machine. David Gainforth working on the back of Curtis Martin right now as they make their way into turns 1 and 2. David Gainforth, like I mentioned at the top of the show, one of the unlucky guys here at last week at Pocono. Led going into the final caution and then ran out of fuel and ultimately had to give up the race. Curtis Martin just got into the wall there. He's lost a couple of positions now to Gainforth and now Timothy Lewis. So Curtis Martin having a bit of a baptism of fire here at Michigan, Scott.
Yeah, Tim Lewis just keeps trying to mow people down here as he continues to pick them off. But look back there right behind him. We got about 6 or 7 cars jostling it up back there.
Yeah, we're looking at Jay Felton there. He's got Brad Hicks to his outside. Brad Hicks just passed him. Now Jeff Sharp is going to be the next one to do it. Jeff Glockner there in the number 24 machine. He's working to the inside. Oh, well, Brad Hicks is trying to overtake him on the outside as Ryan Robertson is the leader of that little pack there with Ron Hollifield at the back of it.
Yeah, this is like the race within the race right now.
Yeah.
Whoa, we had another moment there. The 86 almost got into the back of the 24. About had our next caution right there.
Yeah, Ron Hollifield had one of his best runs of the season last week when he managed to get a top 10 at Pocono. So wants to keep that momentum going as it looks like Ryan Robertson's caught up to the back of Curtis Martin now. Going to work to the inside of the 04 as they go into turn 3. Curtis Martin keeping it wound up on the high side. Martin's going to be in the wall. Curtis Martin in the wall. He comes down the track. Oh, he nearly takes Jeff Glockner with him. Be careful there, Martin, as he almost caused that caution there.
Man, that's like a Saturday Night Weaver right there, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to get away from him. Wow.
As they're 3 wide going into turn 1, or almost 3 wide. Curtis Martin getting into the back of Brad Hicks there. Brian Neff moving to the bottom of the track to avoid him.
He's in the wall.
As Martin's in the wall again.
He's losing it. He's losing it. Down off the track. No caution. Self-cleaning again.
So we carry on going as there goes Tom Clayton around him as Curtis Martin's immediately put his car behind the wall.
Yeah, I think they were going to set up a road stop there if he came back around one more time.
Absolutely. As look at the battle for the lead now. Keith Mayato's had enough of waiting. He's going to move to the inside of the 48 of Adam Baker now. This is the battle between the two winningest drivers in the lead in the league history. Adam Baker got the speed on the high side, so managing to stay just ahead of the 09. But look at Shane Papala. He wants a piece of the action too.
Yeah, he does. He's just looking where he can find a lane. He's right there with these guys. This is a 3-car race, and they've pulled away from Joe Mitchell. They got about a second on Joe Mitchell.
Joe Mitchell got a couple of car lengths over Seth Hatchel as well. Brayden Johnson's struggling now since he got the pole. He's dropped back to the tail end of the top 10, and he's under pressure from Vince Moore. So Brayden Johnson, after getting such a good time in qualifying, really struggling at this point in the race.
Here comes Papala. He's going for the lead. He's trying to get both of them on the same move. Mayado moves up the track. Baker looks like he's going to be able to hold him off. I think Keith's going to get a big run off the corner, too, and hold him off. But 89 trying to get both of them on the same move there. He just didn't have the grip.
Yeah, as Keith Mayado almost brushed the wall coming out of turn 4. Going to turn 1 is alongside. What?
I was just going to say it's allowing everybody behind him to catch up. All this jostling around. Now everybody else is closing in on him. We're going to have a pack again up here of about 6 or 7 cars. And even the guys behind that pack are closing in on them too. So we're about to bunch up again here if we're not careful.
Absolutely, as Mayato did take the lead for a second there, but Adam Baker has other ideas as he moves to the outside of Mayato. But now, here comes Papala to the inside of Baker. Baker almost brushing the wall coming out of 4. As there goes Papala. Yeah, Papala up to second. Mayato up to the lead. Baker now down to third. But Baker does have the advantage of a teammate right behind him right there.
And Joe Mitchell's closed in. He's right on back of Baker now. Seth Hatchel's right there. Samard's right there. The 71's there. And all them other guys behind him are all closing in as well. So
yeah, you can see the light
cars right now, right on top of each other, Sammy.
Absolutely, as there is Mayato, Papala, Baker, Mitchell, Hatchel, Samard, Shaffer, and Gonzalez, all there in one big line. Brayden Johnson a couple of car lengths behind Gonzalez. And Andrew Melvin up to the top 10 now. Good to see him up there in that number 37 machine.
Yeah, he's had a pretty good run right around where he started. He started 11th. He's only picked up one spot, but I think he might just be trying to knock off some laps right now.
Yeah, so that is Vince Moore and Kurt Davidson having a little battle behind him. Everybody got into single file mode right now, as they all probably just want to race it to, well, just want to keep it clean to the end of the first stage right now. So Keith Mayato still the leader here. Joe Mitchell still trying to find a gap to the inside there of his teammate Adam Baker, with Seth Hatchel also looking to gain a spot from those two as well.
So currently out of the 27 that started, we still got 25 on the lead lap, and only one of those that aren't is out of the race.
Yeah, that's Curtis Martin after hitting the wall one too many times and then looping it on the backstretch, immediately put his car behind the wall. So unfortunate there for the number 04, but debuts are debuts. They're either going to go well or they're going to go badly. But speaking of going well, Shane Papala started in 10th, let's not forget. He's already up to P2 and is trying to hunt down that 09 of Keith Mayato for the lead of this race, Scott.
Yeah, he's just kind of stalking the stalker right now.
Absolutely. There he goes.
It's usually the 09 stalking these guys down.
There, Shane Papala tried to dive bomb it into turn 2 there to try and get a line on the inside of him. Didn't quite work this time, but they are very close together. But there's an angry pack of dogs behind him as Joe Mitchell is now up to 3rd place and is going to try and chase these two down. Remember, Joe Mitchell won last week at Pocono. Really would love to get another win here tonight at Michigan, make it 2 in a row, but it's not going to be as easy as it was for him last week, as after David Gainforth unfortunately handed him the lead, the win. But
hey, a win's a win.
Yeah. I think this is going to come down to fuel strategy again, like it was last week, just basically given the nature of the track. So we'll see who can win it on that strategy, as everybody looks to be bunching up again, as Joe Mitchell's caught up to the back of Shane Papala now.
Oh, going back to your fuel strategy comment, with the stage racing, it kind of plays a role in the strategy races as well here.
Absolutely.
They will have to make one pit stop there in that last stage.
Yeah, absolutely. As Chris Samard to the inside of Adam Baker. Adam Baker falling to 5th place now, as Chris Samard now up to 4th. So Chris Samard managed to get round Seth Hatchel and Adam Baker in the space of 1 lap. So good moves there for the 77. As there goes Seth Hatchel to the inside of Baker now. I wonder if Baker's used up his tyres already.
Yeah, it appears so. He burned him up pretty quickly, though, but I'm sure he'll store that in the old memory bank. Remember that later on. Take better care of him.
Yeah, Seth Hatchel.
He's a resilient driver. He learns on the fly.
Absolutely. As Brayden Johnson almost getting into the back of Lupe Gonzalez there. Lupe Gonzalez and Brayden Johnson already qualified for the chase. Let's not forget, after winning, Brayden Johnson winning at Las Vegas, Lupe Gonzalez winning at Dover. So those guys already pointed into the chase as they both make their way around Adam Baker. Adam Baker really struggling at this point. He's falling way back into the field now.
Yeah,
he's coming pit side.
Yeah, he was falling like a stone in the ocean. He said, enough of that. Got another one up ahead on pit road as well. It looks like Buzz going up the road there on pit road.
Yeah, Jeff Glockner's in as well. Oh no, Jeff Glockner's not in as well. Sorry, I do apologise. Yeah, that is Paul Cohen in pit road. But yeah, Adam Baker, the first one to blink there. He knew his tyres were falling off the cliff, so he knew he had to do something about it. We're halfway through stage one, and might be the perfect opportunity to bring it down for Mr. Feelgoods and some fresh Sunoco fuel.
Yeah, he didn't have a choice. He fell off the cliff. He wasn't falling. He'd done falling off, and he was just trying to do whatever he could to not hit every ledge on the way down. So he waved the white flag, come in, got 4 Mr. Feelgoods, and we'll see if he can make it work, make up some time here.
Yeah, it's Keith Mayato now starting to stretch his legs now. He's got a half a second lead over Shane Papala there in second. Everybody just settling down now and getting a feel for the race as we're just past halfway in stage one. Everybody all stretched out now. Brayden Johnson, the back of that lead pack. Vince Moore is a good 2.5 seconds back from the lead packers. Everybody's going to start bringing it in now. Here comes Vince Moore into pit road. That is Timothy Lewis in pit road as well.
Yeah, I know Tim's tires were probably, begging for a fresh set because he made up a lot of positions, so he was driving hard.
Yes, there goes Vince Moore. There's David Gainforth. There is Ron Hollifield in the background there. So let's see if any of the leaders decide to bring it down pit road, because it'll be interesting to see if
here goes Mitchell. And Papala.
Oh, Papala gets it all wrong! And he's... Oh, no!
Oh, well, he's got to keep going. Yep, that's going to cost him dearly.
Absolutely. As you see that grass damage there being brought into play for the first time.
Speak of the devil.
But Shane Papala, disaster there for the 89, as he is going to go around one more time, but having to lock it down across the grass like that's going to lose him a ton of time, and he's just got to go in, get tyres and fuel, wait for the competition caution to come out for the end of the stage, and looks like he's going to have to make his way through the field once again.
And thankfully that happened on the first stop and didn't happen late in the race, so
Mayato's in.
I don't foresee him making that mistake again, but yeah, here comes the 89 as well.
So we've got Mayato, Hatchel, Simard, Lupe Gonzalez and Brayden Johnson all in pit road right now. Mayato missed his pit stop by the looks of things. So, or did he? Not sure if he did. There goes Hatchel. There goes Mayato. There goes Simard. Who's going to win this race? Looks like Hatchel won that race off pit road.
Yeah. Wow, big winner was definitely the 8th there of Seth Hatchel. And Mayato did lose a couple spots there, so I couldn't tell if he got into his stall all wrong or if he was just a little slow getting in. But definitely lost a couple spots.
Biggest winner off that pit run though was Adam Baker. He's back up to the lead already.
He pitted early. That's the result of pitting early.
Yeah, but he's definitely going to be on older tyres now as he makes his way across the line. Going to be up to the lead now as Shaffer and Glockner are in pit road now. So Adam Baker to the point. Joe Mitchell looks like he's going to move his way up to second place now. There he is. Vince Moore going to move up to third. So great moves for that number 43 machine. So I wasn't expecting Vince Moore to move his way so far up into the top 3 like that.
Well, I was just about to say, he was one of the guys that pitted earlier, too. So, over the long haul of this run here, now that these guys got fresher tires, you'll see the difference as they continue on. But, yeah, he's paying dividends right now.
Yeah, and he's actually faster than Joe Mitchell now. He's actually chasing down the 18 right now and closing.
He's got the 8 closing in on him, though. Here comes Seth Hatchel behind him.
Then Seth Hatchel has just pitted, so he is going to be on the freshest tyres of all, and he will be a lot faster than Vince Moore. So watch for him to close in on the 43 as they come down the backstretch now towards turn 3. He's just got around Kurt Davidson for 5th place, so Seth Hatchel definitely on a move on those fresh tyres. He's going to be feeling like Superman right now.
Yeah, it don't take long for the tires to get old here, so the 43 definitely seeing the difference right now.
Hatchel's in.
Yeah, why is he coming back in?
Penalty. He's got a penalty.
Oh, wow.
He's going to get a 15-second hold in pit road. That is disaster there for the number 8 as he's going to bring it down pit road one more time. Aaron Shaffer up to 2nd place. So good to see him up there. Yeah, but yeah, the front runner's really fallen by the wayside already. Shane Papala, after his mistake on trying to get into pit road and spinning across the grass, he's all the way down in 19th. Seth Hatchel, he might lose a lap out of this.
Yeah, Papala basically came to a stop there on the front stretch while we were under green flag conditions, and then had to go back around and still pit. So that was absolutely disastrous for the 89, the fact that it stayed green this whole time.
And the reason why Seth Hatchel got the penalty, he impeded the blend line rule.
Oh, yeah, the new iRacing rule. There you go. Both of the new things that Sam was talking about have played a role already in this race.
Yeah. You already see that damage in the grass. It's still there, and it's not going away. If you look at the cars as they go through the tri-oval, Scott, you can see that damage in the grass where Shane Papala spun. It's not going away. It's like actual permanent damage to the grass that's actually staying there. I think that's really cool.
Yeah, that's a lot more realistic than what it's been in the past.
Yeah. Meanwhile, back in the front, Adam Baker is still your leader. 1.4 seconds at the road ahead of Aaron Shaffer. Joe Mitchell is in 3rd, but under pressure. No, he's not. He's a good 1.2 seconds ahead of Vince Moore in 4th. Chris Samard in 5th. Keith Moyato dropping to P6. Brayden Johnson 7th. Kurt Davidson 8th. 9th is Timothy Lewis, so good moves for him. He's already up into the top 10, Scott.
Yeah, that's impressive, man. He started shotgunning 27th. Dead last, folks, and he's up in 9th place. And we're only 36 laps into this 155-lap race, so impressive already by the 4.
Yeah, I mean, he's not only done that on pace alone, he's done it through the pit stops as well. So great moves for him in the number 4 Haviland machine. He's got around Lupe Gonzalez, who's rounding out the top 10. Ryan Robertson there in 11th. Jeff Sharp in 13th. Jeff Sharp in 12th. Brad Hicks in 13th. David Gainforth, Mide in the midfield. He's all on his own actually right now. He's in 14th. Jay Felton 15th. Brian Neff 16th after his pit stop. 17th is Len McNeese. 18th is Ron Hollifield out having a battle with Shane Papala right now actually. This is actually one of your closest battles on the field as we're looking at Ron Hollifield being passed by the 89 now. Shane Papala is going to be on a mission at this point.
Yeah, I think the 89 is just ready to see the end of stage 1. Ooh, maybe it's me. I'm having some big connection issues. If I wind up falling out, I'll come back in.
I
thought they were having connection issues for a second, but it turned out it was me. I almost fell out of last race a couple different times. It was really, really bad last night.
Yeah. It's because of week 13. I think everyone's going to have problems.
Florida's basically underwater right now, too. It's been raining here like the last 2 weeks.
You enjoying the wet? You enjoying the wet season?
I'm used to it. I've lived here all my life, so I'm pretty much used to it. But when it's non-stop like it's been here lately, it gets a little ridiculous.
Yeah. Looking at Jeff Glockner there, that just rounding out the top 20 in that number 24 machine, all on his own right now. Speaking of people all on their own, he's not all on his own. Seth Hatchel dropping to P21 after having to serve that penalty. He's going to be just ahead of Tom Clayton, who's still keeping it in there, and he's still on the lead lap there, Scott, Tom Clayton.
But don't look now, Sammy. We got a battle for the lead, not to change the subject, but Joe Mitchell has arrived, and he's looking to get by the 48 and take over the lead of this thing, and it looks like he's going to on the front stretch.
Drops to the apron there. Joe Mitchell goes to the inside of the 48 of Adam Baker. And he's going to take it away from him. Joe Mitchell is your new leader.
That's some fresher tires. Adam pitted a lot earlier than everybody else, but Adam's still paying dividends from making that early pit stop. Sure, he'd like to see a caution right about now, but I don't think that's going to happen. I think we're going to go green until we get to the first caution to end the first stage.
Yeah, we've got there's a nice battle forming behind Adam Baker as there's Chris Samard leading a nice pack of cars. That is Aaron Shaffer, Keith Moyato, Brayden Johnson's in there as well. Vince Moore is there as he's fallen back behind Brayden Johnson as they're putting a move on the number 72 of John Estes, who's just been put a lap down. But yeah, definitely a lot of battles happening behind them. Still watching Vince Moore there. He was up in the top 3 at one point and is dropped to P7 now. Kurt Davidson is all on his own in 8th. But yeah, the battle for the lead, well, it kind of dissipated very quickly as we just saw Chris Samar get into the wall.
Big save from Samar. I thought he was headed for the grass for sure, but he saved it. He's going to lose a spot to Keith. Ooh, Keith in the wall there.
Yeah, so just watching what happened to Chris Samard there as he makes his way through turns 3 and 4. Brushes.
Samard did a hell of a job of getting that thing wound back up, man. He only lost 1 spot so far.
Yeah, Chris Samard washing up wide, hitting the wall and almost getting into the grass. Great save there for the 77. Keith Moyato also having to save it as well in that 09. But everybody just hoping and praying that the stage ends right now.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to get that blessing, though. The 36 just got by Aaron Shaffer there, so Shaffer is continuing to fall right now. He's back to 6th place.
Yeah, it's just ahead of Vince Moore. Brayden Johnson actually on a charge right now. He's just got past Vince Moore, and now he's just got past Aaron Shaffer, so watch for Brayden Johnson to start making his way through the field as he's now working on the back of the 77 of Chris Samard.
Yeah, he's closing in hard here. He's putting a move on him right now. Smart squeezing him down a little bit, trying to hold on for everything he can, but it looks like the 36 is going to eventually get by here. Just looks like he's got better tires.
Now he goes to the inside of Samard. Not quite got the pass done yet as they go through turns 1 and 2. But still side by side as they come out of turn 2. Oh, a bit screwly there from Samard as they come out of turn 2. But Brayden Johnson's actually going to back off and give it up to him. Samard winning this battle for now, but I'm thinking that's out of fear for the fact that Samard got a bit out of shape coming out of turn 2.
Oh, Shaper's in the wall. He almost lost it. He's feeling it. He was all squirrely coming off the last corner. He just bounced off the wall there. He's going to lose a spot, and the lap car, John Estes, is going to get by. We got a caution. I'm guessing that will be the stage.
So 45, 45, and then 60. Seems
65.
Oh yeah. So that is the end of stage 1. As we're going to go to our stage results straight away, that is Joe Mitchell coming home with a stage win. 2nd place is Keith Moyato. 3rd is Adam Baker. 4th is Chris Samard. 5th is Brayden Johnson. 6th, a great 6th place for Vince Moore. 7th is Aaron Shaffer. 8th is Kurt Davidson. 9th is Lupe Gonzalez. And our biggest move of the race, our driver of the race so far, Timothy Lewis, started chucking on the field, gaining that last point for 10th place, Scott.
Yeah, now they'll reline them up and get fresh rubber, and we'll see what happens in the 2nd stage. Got another stage to gain a whole lot more positions. Maybe get up there in that top 5.
Absolutely. As I don't know if you noticed just then, the pace car was using the blend line as well.
Nice.
It didn't hit the track until it got onto the backstretch.
Oh, good to know that works.
Yeah. But yeah, the first victim of the blend line rule tonight was Seth Hatchel.
Yeah. Sorry about his luck to be the guinea pig for that, but at least we know it works.
Yeah. Got a 15-second penalty out of that, so that was really, really hit him hard. As is all the way back down in P21. But he's just got to keep it wound up, and he'll make his way through, as they all are going to bring it down pit road right now, Scott.
Yeah, there's a couple of them that are laps down that stayed out. Andrew Melvin and John Estes trying to get their lap back and get back lead lap. But everybody else coming down pit road, nobody trying to get a bonus point.
So here they all come down to the pit road. Joe Mitchell. Oh! My auto's in the wall!
Wow. Yeah, he's having issues getting in his box.
His car just like snapped left and just pounded the pit wall. As there goes Joe Mitchell, first one out of pit road. And Adam Baker second. Brayden Johnson third. Vince Moore fourth out of pit road. But Keith Maiato is going to be the biggest loser out of this. Not only is he going to have damage on that number 09 now, but he's going to fall all the way back behind Seth Hatchel now. So Seth Hatchel and Keith Maiato all the way back in the field now.
Yeah, another big story is Aaron Shaffer. He must have got a penalty coming on or something, because he's still sitting on pit road, unless he was getting damage fixed. But he's going to fall to the tail end.
Yeah, but he did get a bit of damage by hitting the outside wall. So I wonder if that was the case. But yeah, he's going to fall all the way back to P22. Seth Hatchel and Keith Maiato, though, 17th and 18th. That is going to be a mountain to climb at this track. As it looks like Shane Pipala's going to bring it down pit road. And he is. So Shane Pipala getting a top off of fuel. Meanwhile, back in the front there is...
My connection's really bad right now. We do apologise if there are any connection problems with tonight's broadcast. My broadcast partner, Scott Brinson, is having a few technical issues, as am I. I seem to be lagging slightly myself, so... Connection problems all round, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, the whole last couple minutes there, I could barely understand anything you were saying, too.
Yeah. Madness. But anyway, we are going to be going to... I think the lights are going to be coming off the pace car next time round, so watch for the pace car to switch its lights off at that point. But yeah, like I said, with all the connection problems, this is just a normal situation to be in, especially given that it's week 13 right now. As there go the lights on the pace car, they're going to be getting 2x2 again, and we're going to be going green for stage 2 on lap 50, which is what we originally thought was going to be the end of the stage.
Yeah, they were a little early on us.
So give a quick roundup of your top 10 there. Joe Mitchell is your leader, Adam Baker second, Vince Moore is in third. No, Vince Moore is in fourth, Brayden Johnson is third, Timothy Lewis is fifth. Timothy Lewis is in the top 5, Scott.
Nice. Yeah, all the mistakes on pit road guys were making that allowed Tim to capitalize on it. Started dead last.
Yeah.
27th. How about Jeff Sharp? He's up there in 9th. He's 24th.
Yeah.
A lot of guys just in mid-pack or deep in the field up there in the top 10.
Joe Mitchell picking the outside line here, Scott. So Maybe the outside line is actually starting to come into play at this point in the race, as we are going to be 50 laps going into stage 2. Coming out of turn 4 now, waiting for the pace car to make that hard left turn into the pit road. As there goes the pace car, sorry. And Joe Mitchell gets us going again. Stage 2 is underway. Vince Moore getting off to a fantastic restart there. Goes on to the outside of Brayden Johnson. I think Vince Moore went as soon as the leader went, but here comes Brayden Johnson there, straight to the inside, trying to defend that, get that position back of Vince Moore as they come out of turn 2 onto the backstretch. Everybody all bunched up again as everybody gets away cleanly for stage 2, Scott. Coming out of turn 4 there, they're going across the line.
Yeah, pretty much. I'm just being quiet right now because my internet.
Yeah, that's understandable.
Let's just go. So once it clears up here, I'll have a little more
input.
I can barely even see the cars. They're going in and out on my screen.
Oh, no. But anyway, let's have a look back at the race. Timothy Lewis there holding on to P6 there, right behind Ryan Robertson. Ryan Robertson made his debut at the Charlotte All-Star race. He is having one hell of a run here tonight. He's up in P6, just ahead of Timothy Lewis. Let's look at Chris Samard to the inside of Kurt Davidson. He wants to make his way through the field once again. He's going to try and take away the position from the 41 as they come out of turn 2. Chris Samar going to move his way up to P7 now. As everybody getting bunched up behind him. Look at Keith Maiato coming through the field there. Man on a mission right now as he works on the outside of the 101 of David Gainforth. Seth Hatchel making moves as well. As he's working on the back of...
a pack of angry drivers right now. Sam.
Yeah, absolutely. As side by side now are Keith Maiato and David Gainforth. David Gainforth losing 2 spots to Maiato and Shane Papala, another driver making his way through the field. So Hatchel, Maiato and Papala, 3 of the usual front runners, absolutely storming for the field right now. We'll see Brian Neff working to the inside of Jay Felton there, coming out of turn 4. Drops to the bottom line and onto the apron. As you are allowed to do that in Michigan, there is enough room on the apron so you can drop to the bottom line. Looks like it's going to work for Brian Neff as there he goes to the inside of Felton. Takes away P10 and Brian Neff into the top 10 now. But for how long? Because here comes Seth Hatchel now. He's going to make a move on Jay Felton. Jay Felton's going to try and defend from the 8 as they go towards turn 3. And Shane Papala making a move on Keith Maiato now. Keith Maiato, remember, has that damage to the left side of his car, so he is going to be there. Oh, Shane Papala almost getting into the side of Jay Felton as they cross the line.
Yeah, that was pretty close there. Maiato was just trying to figure out where to go here. He didn't want to get caught up in any more mess. Trying to recover from that incident on pit road.
Absolutely. As I just mentioned, Keith Maiato does have that damage to the left front panel of his car. So he's probably just nursing that damage right now as he's still behind Jay Felton. Going to work his way to the inside of the 9 now as they come out of turn 4.
Doesn't appear to be slowing him down too much. I don't think it's really hurting him a whole lot.
Yeah, he was mired in the middle of a pack of angry dogs like you already mentioned, so maybe just wanted to let them get away a bit and then have the clean air to himself. As there goes David Gainforth to the inside of Jay Felton. Felton seems to be struggling right now as he might just be losing another position there to the 101 or not as Gainforth backs off. But now here comes Ron Hollifield to the outside of the 101. Meanwhile, at the front, Joe Mitchell is straight up checked out now. He's over almost a second to the good over Adam Baker.
Yeah, he's showing he may be the class of the field here tonight. Oh, we got the 7 bouncing off the wall. Actually, that might have just been my crappy internet.
I shouldn't laugh.
It's bad tonight. I've never remember it being this bad calling a race.
Because week 13. Let's go and have a look at Brayden Johnson there as he's working on the back of Vince Moore right now, going towards turn 1. This is your battle for third place right now. Vince Moore doing one hell of a job getting up to the top 3. That was under the pit stops there, under the caution. So great moves there for the number 43 in the Richard Petty inspired number STP machine. Into turn 3 they go. Brayden Johnson not really making a move right now as he is going to try and jump to the inside now, coming out of turn 4. Gets a bit of a wiggle as they go towards the tri-oval. Down to the bottom of the track, onto the inside of Moore. And up to third place is Brayden Johnson. Great move there by the number 36.
Yeah, he was originally your pole sitter. He's worked his way back up to third after falling back in the pack for a little bit. Still a long way to go in this race, as we are not even halfway yet of this 155. Just now working lap 59 of 155.
So we've just gone past the 100 to go mark, as we're just watching Kurt Davidson there defending from Jeff Sharp and Shane Pipala. Shane Pipala, a man on a mission too, after having that spin earlier on in the race, really put on the back foot there, but he seems to be doing okay as he's already up to P7. Seth Hatchel working on the back of Kurt Davidson now. Not going to get it done this time round, but he is going to get a run going towards turn 3, or is he? But no, he's got to defend from Jeff Sharp now. Jeff Sharp going to get a run on the outside, almost banging doors there going into turn 3. Jeff Sharp's going to back out of it and try again on the next corner. As there goes Hatchel to the inside of Davidson. As we have lost Scott Brinson due to connection issues. Hopefully he can get back very soon, as we are still watching this race here at Michigan. There is Jeff Sharp, just moving to the inside of Kurt Davidson. Try and take away position there. Still side by side as they come out of turn 4. Seth Hatchel now working on Shane Pipala. They are going to be battling for that P7 spot. As it looks like Vince Moore's fallen into the grass of Chris Samard. That is actually the case, as Chris Samard's going to try and get a run coming out of turn 2. And they're going to be side by side going towards turn 3. Chris Samard just dive bombs it in there. Moves up to P4. Great move there for the number 77. He is up into P4.
We got a battle going on up at P2 as Brayden Johnson is all over Adam Baker right now.
I'm wondering if Adam Baker's used up his tyres again already. So we might have some more green flag pit stops underway here soon.
Yeah, Adam's showing that he can only take care of the tires for about 10 to 13 laps, and then he's pretty much hamburgered him up.
Absolutely, as there goes Brayden Johnson getting ever closer to the number 48 as they go through turn 4 to complete lap 64, lap 63, move on to 64. This is your battle for P2 right now. Brayden Johnson really got it hooked up since he switched to that Ford Fusion. I'm sure he was in the Chevrolet earlier in the season, but I could be wrong. So back to Brian Neff and Jeff Sharp. Brian Neff. Oh, we got an incident there. Shane Pipala's in the wall. Shane Pipala's in the wall, and we got a caution. What happened to Pipala? We got another car off on the infield. Not sure what happened there. Let's go back and watch what happened to Pipala. Going through turns 1 and 2. Running the middle line, so not too much trouble there. Oh, slammed the outside wall, lost the back end. Back into the outside wall again, comes across the track. As... Oh, no! Brad Hicks into the side of him. That was the other car onto the infield, and Brad Hicks. A huge hit there for the number 86. As that's probably going to require a trip to the medical centre. So big hit there for Brad Hicks, as that is going to bring out caution number 3 here tonight at Michigan. Shea Pipala in trouble there, which brought out the caution. Brad Hicks nowhere to go, as he was racing with David Gainforth at the time. As they're all going to bring it down pit side once again.
Well, I'm trying, Sammy.
I know. I don't know.
This is crazy.
I don't know if you saw that big hit that Brad Hicks just had.
No, I haven't been in the race room for about 3 minutes.
Yeah, Brad Hicks basically destroyed the front end of his car. Shane Pipala hit the wall and lost control of the car to bring out caution number 3. Brad Hicks nowhere to go and just hit the side of Pipala's car at full speed.
Man, when it rains, it pours.
Meanwhile, Adam Baker going to win the race off pit road here at Michigan. So Adam Baker up to the point now. So Adam Baker wins the race off pit road. A good pit stop for him.
Well, we know that the next caution is going to be at lap 90, so can he take care of the tires for that whole stint? That's the question.
He's not been able to do that so far here tonight, as it looks like we've got Joe Mitchell having a few connection problems as well, so you're not the only one, Scott. As Keith Maiato is a lap down looking to get a wave around, so something else happened to Keith Maiato there. I wonder if he's took his car down pit road early to get that damage fixed.
Not sure. He might have had some kind of glitch too. You ever been out there on track and rolling around, you just blink out the wrong time and don't count your lap?
Yeah, we had that problem.
Some people call it clock smashed.
Yeah. We had that problem last year at the Spa 24-hour race that we're taking part in a month's time. We had that last year. One of our drivers was starting the race, and he was having huge connection problems, and about 2 or 3 laps didn't get counted. So from the get-go, we were already like 3 laps down.
Man, that'd be a tough way to start that race.
Yeah, I'm sure we won't have the same issues this time around.
Hope not.
Yeah, and as I just mentioned, yeah, we are going to be taking part in the 24 Hours of Spa. That's going to be one hell of an exciting race to take part in, Scott.
Be my first ever endurance race. But I'll practice for it. I'll be ready to go.
Yeah, I'm going to try and do some...
We do road racing in the IndyCar series, so...
Now, have you taken the IndyCars to Spa yet?
Oh yeah, we've been to Spa 3 or 4 times.
Yeah, so you know the track. So
very well.
As we've got a nice bunch of drivers in the team right now, we've got looking to field about 3 cars for the race. So going to be good to see. As Larry Holloway brings it down pit road, it looks like Maiato's going to stay out and get that wave around now.
Don't blame him.
Yeah.
You know he's got to be upset. After the last lap of last night's race and then how this one's gone.
Yeah. I mean, you got to say it was kind of his own mistake, though. I mean, going in too hot into pit road and just absolutely pounding the pit wall.
Yeah, it's unlike Keith. You don't see that very often.
Yeah.
I will say though, he's driving with Oculus Rift now, so it could have been something to do with Oculus Rift.
Maybe. Scott, are you back in the session yet?
Yeah, I've been here for a few minutes.
Okay.
Just the last couple minutes.
Well, it's your turn to get us going then.
All right, man. I'll do my best. I can hear you now. At least it's not all choppy.
Yeah.
I wasn't saying anything there for a few minutes because I could only understand bits and pieces. So you sounded like a broken up robot.
Well, that's a improvement anyway.
You said it. I'm just teasing. Well, here we go. Let's get racing again. Mitchell and Baker on the front row. Everybody's anxious. Some guys have worked their way back through the field after making their special little mistake. Keith Maotto is going to have to do it again. We're almost halfway. Pace car is off. Still waiting. Green flag is out. We're racing again at Michigan International Speedway for the Southern Motorsports League here on Thursday nights on the BOFA Broadcasting Channel.
Absolutely, as they made their way into turns 1 and 2. Brayden Johnson already working to the inside of Joe Mitchell as he's looking to move up to second place. Vince Moore is there again. Up in the top 5. He's working on the outside of Brayden Johnson now. He wants to try and take away that third spot. And it looks like he's going to do it on the outside there as they come out of turn 4. Vince Moore is going to move up to third place. Great move out by the 43.
Yeah, it was. I'm sure Brayden Johnson was surprised by that. Seth Hatchel trying to get by Samard here, but he's finding that's a little more difficult than said.
Absolutely, Vince Moore.
Everybody's going to be gunning for every position they can get now, Sam.
Absolutely, we're on lap 70 of 155. We've got 20 laps to go.
Get in the back.
Oh no!
We got a caution.
As that is John Estes that's had the wreck. Let's have a look at what happened to him. Working the way out of turn 2. Oh, Lemony's got it all wrong coming out of turn 2. Gone to the side of the 72, and that was always going to bring out the caution as they were wrecking around other people. No serious damage there, but Lemony's the big cause of that issue there, Scott.
Yeah, no harm, no foul, really. They'll both live to tell the story, and they'll both be able to continue on. They got lucky in that sense. But yeah, that car just got some kind of snap thing going on there. It was fine, and then all of a sudden it just snapped.
And unfortunately, it looked like Keith Maotto got a piece of that as well.
Oh, wow. Well, Keith has had no luck in the last 24 hours.
Oh, no, he just about missed it. Got the car all squirrely to slow it down. But, yeah, he just barely missed it. The back of Lemony's car.
Then he's good.
Yeah, he's all good. Just want to give a quick update on the retirements here tonight. Paul Cohen, he's not running, but he's still in the session. He's going to be out of the race. He's 49 laps down. Curtis Martin was the first man to put his car behind the wall. Brad Hicks is currently in the medical centre after taking that huge hit. He is behind the wall. And Shane Papala also out of the race after having his car destroyed by the number 86. But we're under caution again.
Yep, bunch of guys coming to pit road too. Some guys coming in and deciding to get new tires. We had a little strategy here. They didn't have a lot of laps on the tires, but the guys towards the back decided to come in.
Yeah, Keith Maotto, one of those drivers bringing it into pit road, being a lot more careful getting into his box this time round. So he looks like he's pit farming that because he's in pit road a lot longer than everybody else.
Yeah, trying to get some of that damage fixed.
Meanwhile, back out on track, we've got Adam Baker as our leader, Joe Mitchell second, Vince Moore in third. He's the top rookie by a long shot tonight. He's in third. Brayden Johnson fourth, Chris Amard fifth, Seth Hatchel sixth. Seventh is Kurt Davidson, eighth is Brian Neff, ninth is Ryan Robertson, the second rookie in the top 10. And rounding out the top 10 is Jeff Sharp. So there are a lot of rookies in this field tonight, Scott, but only two of them managing to plant it in the top 10 tonight.
Yeah, well, we still got a long way to go. We still got a lot of cars out there on the lead lap, so anything can still happen. Still got 22 of the 27 that started on the lead lap, so that's still a lot of cars this deep into the races. We're pretty much halfway.
Absolutely. Is just checking out the usual chats on Facebook and YouTube. If you're new to the YouTube and you want to see more, just hit the subscribe button. If you like what you're seeing tonight, just hit the like button and maybe share it around. Get everybody else involved on the stream tonight. As also on Facebook, if you like what you see, then hit the like button. And again, share it around. If you want to see more of what we put on our Facebook page, then go to Beaufort Broadcasting Company. We are on Facebook. Speaking of Facebook, I have seen that you've been our pit announcer while you were away at Indy.
What do you mean?
Like when you were at Indy, like one of the races, you were like giving us updates in the chat on Facebook.
Oh yeah. That was I think that was the first night I was there, the Thursday night.
Yeah,
that's when I was doing the payouts for the 500.
Yeah. Oh, right.
It was a quick weekend. It goes by fast every year, man. It's hard to believe it's already over.
Yeah, I still have nightmares about that crash I had at Indy. Yeah. Got one wheel on the grass and it just put me in the wall at 225 miles per hour.
Yeah, you don't want to get in the grass, man. You don't want to touch the rumble strips. You don't want to touch the grass.
Yeah.
Well, we're doing it all over again on October 24th, so that'll be our next Indy 500. We're going to do it for the second season, so you get another shot at it.
In the IR18s as well, so that's going to be interesting.
Yep. Same thing, $15 entry. We'll see if we can't stack the field again. We had a full field for the first one. We'll see if we can't do it again.
I'm sure we will. As the lights are off on the pace car now, the 2x2, Adam Baker picking that outside line once again. Yeah, the 48 and the 18 locking out the front row again. It's going to be the 43 and the 36 locking out the second row again. Seth Hatchel already up to the top 6 now, so good to see him move his way back up the field. Shane Papala, unfortunately, one of those drivers that were making the way for the field, was in an incident earlier in the race, and Keith Maiato still mired back in 19th place, so look for him to make his way for the field, depending on how bad that damage is on his car. But at the moment,
he got some of it fixed. I think he got some fresh rubber, so
yeah.
We're going to be 16 laps away from the end of stage 2 when we go back to green.
Absolutely, as they make their way into turns 3 and 4. I'm going to get him going once again. Waiting for the pace car to make that hard left turn one more time, as we're going to get it going again on lap 75 and 155. There goes the pace car, and Adam Baker gets him underway. Lap 75 is the time we go green again, as Joe Mitchell looks like he spun the tyres on the restart, because here comes Brayden Johnson on the outside.
He didn't get a good restart at all on that bottom line. Stacked him up a little bit, but everybody will be all right here. This is about in Adam's wheelhouse here. This is about how long he can take care of the tires, so he can pretty much go out there and drive it as hard as he wants to now. But he might have to hold on there at the end if he's not careful. Burns him up too fast.
Yeah, and Adam Baker's one of those drivers that's not been able to control his tyre wear as well as everybody else, especially his own teammate Joe Mitchell. Joe Mitchell able to keep the life in the tyres a lot longer than the 48, and you can see how much better around here Joe Mitchell is, as he's already on the back of his teammate going into turn 1.
Don't look now, but here comes Seth Hatchel. He just put the move on for 4th place. He's trying to get 3rd place at the same time. Almost gets into the side of the 36, but keeps it off of him. But Hatchel is on the move.
Yeah, Hatchel having to back off for a second there as we're under caution again. That is Andrew Melvin in trouble this time, and that's another one in there as well. That's Jeff Glockner. What happened between those two? Oh!
Yeah. This definitely plays in the hands of the 48.
Yeah. Turn 2, Calamity Corner once again.
I made it get this time.
That's Andrew Melvin and Jeff Glockner getting into it, coming out of turn 2. Both of them ending up in the wall. Both of them bringing out caution number 5 here tonight. As Adam Baker, yeah, as you already mentioned, Scott, definitely going to fall into his hands as the stage end is coming ever closer.
Yep. That's less green flag laps that he'll have to have on those tires. So, and he's stronger in the short stints. So he'll have a chance to win that second stage now. Although there are a couple heat cycles now on them tires, so see how that plays a role. They may come down and get tires here. Who knows?
Well, the man on the freshest tires in the field right now, the highest person on the freshest tires, is actually Lupe Gonzalez. He's up there in the 13th spot right now.
Samard came, but all the other leaders stayed out. Old Fakeruski.
Yeah, Chris Samard came down pit road. Jeff Sharp down pit road. Ryan Robertson down pit road. Keith Mayato's in pit road again as well, trying to get some more damage fixed. Tom Clayton definitely back in to get more damage fixed. As Andrew Melvin, he's going to be in that pit road for a long time to get his damage fixed. As Jeff Glockner's in pit road as well to get his damage fixed. So mainly a lot of the cars in there pit farming, but there are a couple in there that want to get fresh tyres, like Chris Samard and Jeff Sharp. And welcome to the live chat, Mr. Paul Zota. Good to see you out there in the world. Hope you're enjoying your evening. We're having a interesting race here tonight. As you're probably
We're not seeing you out on the track, Paul.
Yeah. Absolutely. As I believe Paul's actually been out today, so he's probably not been able to make it to the race. So we've probably got somebody else in race control duties tonight. So, well, being the admin tonight in race anyway. As I thought Brian Neff was going to come down pit road there, but he didn't. Brian Neff up to the P6 spot, so good to see him up there.
Hey, you were talking about earlier that he hadn't led a lap yet. Well, he might get a chance before this is all said and done.
Yeah. Vince Moore still up there in the top 5, so he's having a good run tonight. Ron Hollifield having another good run. He's in the top 10. And David Gameforth up there as well, so good to see him there.
Let's hope that these cautions don't start snowballing.
Absolutely.
Still got 22 of the 27 that started on the lead lap, so pretty solid. And Larry Holloway is slowly clipping off them laps. It's only 2 laps down now.
Absolutely, as we are going to be going back to green very soon. Just want to give a quick mention about the special race that's coming up on June 24th. It's the Top Fuel Racing first charity race, the Penny Dudley ALS race for a Cure 250 at Michigan in the IR18s. Definitely going to be a special race out there. Scott, do you want to give us a few words about that?
Yeah, I'm just leaving it up to drivers. It's going to be a pay-to-enter race. Anybody's welcome to race in it. Even if you're not a member of the league, you want to join the league and take part in it, you're more than welcome to. I'm going to make a contribution myself, and I'm asking everybody else to make a contribution of at least $10. Hopefully everybody reaches in their wallet a little deeper, but you're going to have to make at least a $10 donation to get in the race. And Robert picked the track, picked the car, and just wanted to do it in his sister's memory, and I felt honored that he asked us to do it, and that's what we're going to do on June 24th. And there was actually an article written about ALS itself, and Robert was mentioned in it and how he honors his sister with iRacing, and they mentioned Top Fuel and BOFA and all that, so it's pretty cool to be a part of all that and be mentioned like that, and I wasn't expecting anything like that, so I'm honored to be able to, host it for Robert and take care of what would have been a good thing for your sister as far as her watching the race and knowing that we put it on for her.
Absolutely, and this is Top Fuel Racing's version of the Ice Bucket Challenge, except it lasts for a lot longer than just a bucket over the head.
Yep. We're asking you to reach into your wallet, and we're going to give all money that we collect to ALS in Penny's name, so...
Absolutely. It's they're 2x2 again. Scott, it's your turn to get us going again.
All right. But yeah, if you guys are interested in partaking in that, it's on June 24th. It's a Sunday night. It's going to be in the IR-18. It's going to be at Michigan. It's going to be 250 miles, 125 laps. So if you're not a member and you'd like to be a member, just check out Top Fuel Racing. You can find us in the iRacing directory. Here we go. Waiting on the pace car to get off the track so we can get back to business here. Going to have 10 laps to go to the end of stage 2. Who's going to win it? Will Baker be able to hold on? There he goes. Shot out of a cannon. Seth Hatchel got a good restart, too. He's going to try to get it by Mitchell here, but he's already got the 36 underneath him, so he's under attack. These guys are going to be battling it up for second place as Baker's going to try to get away here. Doesn't have to worry about the tires now.
Absolutely not, as we are less than 10 laps to go before the end of stage 2, and they're all getting very chippy now as here comes Seth Hatchel to the inside of Joe Mitchell as they come towards turn 3. Can he make the move stick? No, he can't. He has to back out of it because that high line has so much grip in it compared to the bottom line, and Joe Mitchell proving that now through turns 3 and 4. But when they get to the tri-oval, the bottom line seems to come into it more than the high line, so definitely different transitions as they make their way around the track, and they just really proved that there as they make their way through turns 1 and 2, Scott.
Yeah, and Joe's just not going to pull over and let him go. He's definitely going to have to get by. I know Seth's passed a lot of cars tonight, probably the most out of everybody in the field, but it's going to be a little harder to pass that 18 because he was showing at one time a little earlier in this race on the longer run that he was the class of the field, so they're going to have to deal with that in stage 3, but we'll see how Joe deals with this little short stint here in stage 2. As Baker's getting away.
Yeah, Adam Baker getting up to a 4/10 of a second lead already on Joe Mitchell. So Joe Mitchell really not able to cope with the 48 right now on the short run. But when it comes to a long run, which we're not going to get here as we're getting close to the end of stage 2, as look at Keith Moyato down to the bottom of the track there at the back. Already up to P13, going right to the bottom and passing 2 people at the same time.
Yeah, he is. What a move by the Shark there. Yeah, he's showing, give me some fresh rubber and let me get the car worked on a little bit and show you what I can do. He's going to try to pass some people tonight as well, but he's hitting a little bit of a traffic jam here now. They're all stacked up right here in front of him. Samar's in this pack. Tim Lewis is in this pack.
Then we've got Hollifield, Neff, we've got Vince Moore, Lupe Gonzalez, Chris Samar, Tim Lewis, Jeff Sharp, Keith Moyato, Jay Felton is in that too. Aaron Schaefer's in it, Ryan Robertson, and David Gameforth, the car at the back of that little pack there. So everybody really bunched up in the middle of the field there. Really trying to
pit birdie, didn't it?
Yeah, pretty much. As there goes Brian Neff to the inside of Ron Hollifield. And there it is, that proof there that the bottom line works a lot better than the outside line through the tri-oval compared to the corners.
This is some crazy action back here in the mid-back part of the pack here, guys. This is live. This is no practice.
There goes.
This is awesome.
There goes Keith Moyato again to the inside of Lupe Gonzalez. Got a dive bomber to the inside of Ron Hollifield. Keith Moyato, just like that, is already up to P8 from 13 about a lap ago.
Pretty impressive. I don't think we've heard the last of the 09 as far as who's going to win this race.
Absolutely not. If he's making moves like that for the field, then I'm not really surprised that he's made up 5 positions in the space of a lap. But here comes Ron Hollifield. Keith Moyato to the outside again. He's running really high this time, and that's let Ron Hollifield back to the inside of the 09 as they come towards the backstretch. But I think Keith Moyato's going to have too much speed there for Ron Hollifield and holds on to P8 now. Let's go back a bit further back as they looked like they're not so bunched up now. The kind of figure...
Tires are starting to play a role now. They're starting to get some laps on the tires.
Yeah, Adam Baker not really getting away from Joe Mitchell either. He's not really able to stretch his legs as he's 21 laps into his tyre stint. So I wonder if Adam Baker's inability to hold on to the tyre wear might play into Joe Mitchell's hands here at this point. We are going to be like 2 laps to go before the end of the stage though.
Yeah, we're getting close. That's what I was just about to say. He's only got a couple laps to get there, so they're going to throw it on lap 90. So he's got 3 laps until then. But yeah, they're getting close to that edge as far as 48 goes.
Yes, here comes Joe Mitchell. It's getting ever closer now. Down to 0.3 of a second between the 48 and the 18. Seth Hatchel's right there as well, so don't discount the number 8 there. 48, 18 and 8. That's all the 8s there. So,
and it's one thing getting there. It's another thing getting by him here as we're coming to 2 to go to the end of the stage. So, Baker's going to try to hold on for his max points here at the stage. But at the same time, he doesn't want to jeopardize the longevity of the race either.
Yeah, as you see, Mitchell and Hatchel trying to get a slingshot out of turn 4. 1 lap to go now before the end of stage 2. As there goes Baker defending for his life over his teammates, Joe Mitchell and Seth Hatchel. So all 3 teammates there, lockstep 1, 2 and 3. But are they going to be throwing out team orders, or are they going to try and race it to the flag right now? Remains to be seen as they go towards turn 3. Mitchell not really making a move right now. Look at Seth Hatchel trying to dive bomb at him as they go through turns 4 now. Out of turn 4 as they come towards the tri-oval. Joe Mitchell's going to try and get a run on him as they go across the line at the end of stage 2.
Yeah, there should be. There it is. Baker wins it. He held on. Hey, he was on that cliff, man, but he held on.
Absolutely, as that is the end of stage 2.
Hollywood movies where they're hanging out the side of the cliff and then you just see his fingertips.
Absolutely. As we're going to go to our stage results right now, the winner of stage 2 is Adam Baker. 2nd is Joe Mitchell. 3rd is Seth Hatchel. 4th, Brayden Johnson. 5th, Kurt Davidson. Good position for him. Chris Simard, 6th. Up to 7th after all that was Keith Moyato. 8th was Ryan Robertson. 9th was Brian Neff. And Ron Hollifield getting the last point in 10th place. So, yeah, Keith Moyato really making moves for the field right now.
Yeah, he's probably a little ticked off, and that'll sometimes motivate a driver.
Now, Vince Moore, who started 3rd on that restart, dropped all the way back to P11, just outside the stage points. So big upset there for Vince Moore, who got points in the first stage, so he won't be too disheartened, but really would have liked to got more points there for the second stage too. Biggest loser in all of that was actually David Gameforth. He fell right to the back after all that. He was in the top 10 at one point. He's all the way back to P18 now. We only have 22 cars left running now. Jeff Glottner out. Shane Papala out. Brad Hicks out. Paul Cohen out. And Curtis Martin all out of the race. So 22 cars left running. 21 cars still on the lead lap as Larry Holloway is 2 laps down now. As they're all bringing it down pit side again, Scott.
Yeah, Jeff Glockner's first one we've lost in quite some time.
Absolutely.
Who's going to make the mistake here this time on pit road? Who's going to capitalize because of it? We've seen some big mistakes tonight getting on and off pit road.
Looks like everybody's safely into their pit boxes this time.
Baker down on the way.
2 tyres.
Yep.
So Adam Baker taking 2 tyres this time round as...
It's a gutsy call.
Wow, Brayden Johnson just winning the second off pit road. Keith Mayato's third off pit road. Keith Mayato getting one hell of a stop, but Adam Baker taking 2 tyres.
I'm wondering all about that call. I'm not sure what that's all about.
Yeah. I think he just wanted the track position, maybe. A very strange call there from the number 48.
Finding Nemo might just find himself first place here in just a minute.
Finding Nemo. Joe Mitchell, one of the biggest losers in that pit road scuffle, he dropped to 4th place there. Unfortunate there, but he's going to be trying to make his way back. Seth Hatchel, another big loser in there, he dropped to P7 after the pit stop, so not going to be happy with that pit performance. As Keith Mayato, the biggest winner in that, moving up to 3rd.
Yeah, like I said just a few laps ago, I don't think we had heard the end of the 09 having a say in this race, and I wouldn't be surprised to see him back out front here in the next 10 to 15 laps if this stays green for that long.
Yeah, and that's also depending on how long Adam Baker's tyres hold out. I mean, if we go on to a green flag run now, that could be really, really bad news there for the number 48.
Yeah, Adam's showing tonight that he has trouble in them long runs, but maybe he's learned something, but I don't know if 2 tires was the answer.
I mean, people took 2 tyres last week at Pocono and really found out the hard way that 2 tyres at the Tricky Triangle was not the way to go. Michigan is a kind of along the same lines, except it's not a triangle, obviously, but Michigan is a tyre eater as well as what Pocono is, and 2 tyres is definitely probably not the right call to make a track like this.
Well, we're going to find out here in just a minute what kind of impact it's going to have.
As like I said, we've still got 22 cars running. Larry Holloway getting a lucky dog, so he is only 1 lap down now. But to have 21 cars still on the lead lap at this point in the race, Scott, that's pretty impressive, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It's been a pretty good race. I've enjoyed it. Other than those connection problems I was having, I've enjoyed the race immensely. It's good to be back at the track. Good to be calling a race with you, Sam.
Yeah, it's good to have you back. As
I feel like it's been forever since I've done this.
It's only been 3 weeks.
Yeah, that's forever in sim world racing.
That's true. I mean, he could have hijacked the simulator at Indianapolis, but
I couldn't find the one at the track. I don't think iRacing was there this year. They weren't in the infield if they were. I looked all around. I saw the Firestone set up, but that wasn't really a simulator. It was just, like a arcade style.
Oh, so it'd be not.
Had a comfortable seat though. I definitely came home to find out what kind of seat they were rocking there, and I found out. So I might be ordering me one of those. I can't stand the seat that I sit in.
Yeah, I just sit in a normal run-of-the-mill office chair, so my comfort levels are okay, but not to the comfort levels of everybody else.
Gotta get you a racing seat.
I'm already looking at a GT Omega, so
there you go.
Anyway, the drivers are making their way out of turn 4 towards the tri-oval. Going to get stage 3 underway right now. As the pace car makes the hard left turn, Adam Baker going to get us going again. Stage 3 is underway as Adam Baker on those 2 tyres gets off to one good start, but how long can he hold on to it as they all try and make a single file again? Brayden Johnson already under pressure from Joe Mitchell, Scott.
Yeah, I'm curious to see how long Adam Baker can hold on, but Joe Mitchell's trying to pounce right now. He's trying to hold off my auto and keep him back there. My auto didn't get as good of a restart as I thought he would. Here comes Chris Samard. He's back in the fight. Hatchel's dropping back as the 41 gets by him on the underside. So Hatchel's starting to drop a little bit now. Here comes Brian Neff trying to get underneath Hatchel. Whoa, and Adam Baker. Boy, he about got run over there. There's the answer. Them two tires are not holding up well. He's falling like a stone in the ocean.
3 wide. There were 3 wide going into turn 1. Yeah, he's dropped.
Yeah, that may cost him. If this stays green, that could haunt him.
Yeah, he's already dropped to P8 as Brian Neff gets an all wrong coming out of turn 2. That's going to let...
Hollifield did. Hollifield's down off the line there on the backstretch. No caution.
Wow, let's go back and watch that. We do have a change.
Sorry, I don't mean to keep walking on you. Neff saved it, but Hollifield did not. They did the same thing coming off the corner.
Yeah, as Hollifield gets it locked down and stops the car just on the infield. As, yeah, we have had a change for the lead. Joe Mitchell is up to second, up to the lead at that point now. But not having it all his own way as Brayden Johnson is only just a couple of car lengths behind him.
Oh, there goes somebody. It might be Neff. He just banged it off wall and he went down towards the inside wall. Yep, it was Neff, and he made hard impact. I think he's going to be done. He's still trying to get it going. He's spinning around on the backstretch, but yeah, heavy impact on the right side.
Yeah, couldn't get it wound down enough, and yeah, okay. The initial impact was only a glance, but it was just enough to spin him around, and yeah, the front end just pancaked the inside wall. As we're going to go back live again. Brian Neff is back up to speed again, but let's go back to our battle for the lead there. Brayden Johnson. Not far behind Joe Mitchell, but Joe Mitchell really looking strong here for his second win on the bounce here tonight.
Yeah. Trying to get away. Hoping this thing stays green.
Keith Mayato there in third. Just holding off Kurt Davidson there in that number 09 machine. Kurt Davidson driving the 41. Chris Mard and Seth Hatchel side by side behind him as they're banging doors going down the backstretch. Let's hope that doesn't turn into anything serious as they're still side by side going through turn 3. Looks like Chris Mard's going to win the battle coming out of turn 4.
Rubbin's racing, Sam.
Oh yeah.
And these cars.
As we are officially now on lap 100 of 155. So Samar getting the clear.
A long way to go.
Yeah, Samard, Hatchel, and now Robertson all together there, battling for that last spot in the top 5. Robertson's going to try and dive to the inside of Hatchel. Doesn't make it stick. Quick update on Adam Baker. He's dropped all the way back to P21, and there's your reason why. He's had to bring it back down pit road to get those 4 tires now.
Yeah, I don't know why he didn't take 4. I'm thinking that might have been some sort of mistake where he just must have had 2 chick for some reason, and he didn't mean to do that. I just have a hard time believing that he decided to take 2 tires and that wasn't a mistake.
As here comes Baker out of pit road. Does not impede the blend line rule, so definitely knows the rules very well there. As Joe Mitchell and Brayden Johnson getting closer again for the lead, but the pack of angry dogs behind him, behind those two, all very.
There is one aspect though, as far as Baker goes, that he might be playing here, where he might have just went ahead and pitted, and he's going to go to the end from here. Maybe.
That's depending on how long his tires hold out. As he's just coming up to John Estes now, as moves to the inside and passes him easily. Let's go back to the battle for third place between Mayato and Davidson. Mayato got a few car lengths over Davidson right now. But Samard's still battling it out with Seth Hatchel behind those two. Hatchel trying to find the line inside of the 77. Not going to make it work this time as they come out of turn 2.
Everybody getting pretty much single filed out now, getting stretched out a little bit.
Yeah, it looks like
10 laps. Green flag on this run here since we started stage 3. Already they're starting to feel them tires.
Yeah, everybody's starting to settle down. Green flag pit stops will be underway in I'd say in the next 10 to 15 laps. So Adam Baker does have to stop one more time, at least.
I don't know if he can go that far or not.
Yeah. Well, he's got...
Fuel would be the question. I mean, if he thinks he can do it on the tires, but if he takes care of the tires and he doesn't try to kill them, he could probably do it.
Well, he's about to make a pass for position on Larry Holloway there. Just breezes by the 70 machine. Onto the inside there and into turns 3 and 4. Coming across the line, he's in a lot of clean air now, so that might help his tyres a lot. As he's about 17 seconds back from Brian Neff. That can't be right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's in 20th. Neff's in 20th, and Adam Baker's 1 lap down in 21st.
Yeah. But let's go back to the battle for the leaders. Brayden Johnson's got right up to the rear fender of the number 18. Brayden Johnson really looks up for this one as he is all over the back of Joe Mitchell right now.
Somebody's in the grass. I'm trying to see who it is. It's white.
That's Tom Clayton, I think it was it?
Kurt Davidson. It was Kurt Davidson.
Oh, that's going to be a disaster for Davidson as he's going to fall to the tail end of the field now.
He didn't hit them, but yeah, he took a big ride through the grass. Did a good job not to go down and hit anything, though.
Yeah, as we go back and have a look at that, Samad was to his inside. As lost the back end going out of turn 4. Takes a trip across the grass. Yeah, that's going to hurt his chances. He was in a really good position there before that happened. Didn't hit anything like he said. But yeah, he's really, really going to be hurt by that as he's going to get back up to speed behind Adam Baker. So, unfortunate there for the 41 of Kurt Davidson, but again, this is the way Michigan is. It's a difficult track and the back end will switch around on you if you take the wrong lines through corners, and definitely going to hurt you in the long run. And anyway, let's go back to Keith Mayato. Keith Mayato now in clean air himself. Got a few...
Oh, we got a big wreck on the front stretch. 43. Oh, we're still wrecking. 43 got a piece of that too, but that led to even bigger stuff after the 43 hit Samard.
Let's go back and watch that as that is going to fall into the... fall nicely for... Oh, yeah!
Samar just lost it. Hatchel got into him big time, and that led to Domino's 43. And then looks like the 73 and the 9 were involved in it. So 5 cars and all. And Samar already took it behind the wall.
So big, big wreck there for Chris Samar. Let's go back and find... No. You see him there battling it out with Seth Hatchel. As they come out of turn 4. Samar drifts up wide. The back end starts switching around. Seth Hatchel had nowhere to go. Vince Moore got a piece of it. Jeff Sharp got a huge piece of it. Jay Felton got a huge piece as well. But yeah, big wreck there for the 77 of Chris Samard. And more bad luck for the 77. He just can't. He can't get a good race to save his life lately.
And Jeff Sharp took it behind the wall too, so it's nice done as well.
We've got a lot of takers down pit road. Brayden Johnson's in. Actually, all of the leaders are in. As Keith Mayato overshot his pit box again. He can't get it in there.
Trying to get it. There he goes. Yeah, that's going to cost him again. I'm guessing that's a lot of these issues. Sam, like I mentioned before, he switched over to Oculus Rift. So the IndyCar race last night was his very first race with it. So, and now tonight I'm guessing is his second race. So he's still adapting.
Absolutely, as Joe Mitchell wins that race off pit road there. Brayden Johnson going to come off second. Lupe Gonzalez going to come off pit road in third. So great pit stop there for the 53. Not really spoken much about Gonzalez tonight, but definitely up there, even though we've, again, not said anything about him.
He's just been hanging around. Now he's up here in the top 4.
At the moment, he's occupying a top 3 spot, so...
I was going to say actually top 3 because the 70 is a lap down, so... And how about Larry Holloway? He was, 3-4 laps down? He's about to get back on the lead lap. Oh, he comes into the pits. Why did he do that?
That's strange.
Why did he do that after making up all them laps and he could have got back on the lead lap there? He just pitted.
Speaking of drivers getting back on the lead lap, Adam Baker is now back on the lead lap after getting the lucky dog. Watch for him to come through the field because, yeah, he's going to be wanting to make amends for that mistake he made before the during the last caution when he only got 2 tires.
Yeah, if there was somebody that caution bailed out, it was definitely the 48. But as we've seen also, he's had issues holding on to the car on the long run, so he can't barbecue the tires right away. Or he'll just start dropping again.
Absolutely, as Adam Baker, long time in pit road. He's been in the pit road for over 20 seconds now. Seth Hatchel coming down to get some damage repaired as well. What's going on with Adam Baker? He's been in pit road for over 30 seconds now. Here he comes out of pit road now. He didn't have any damage, did he?
I'm not sure. He might have been getting himself some barbecue. Who knows?
Oh, maybe.
It is summertime. I know I was eating me some good barbecue when I was on vacation there in Tennessee.
Oh, yeah. Tennessee barbecue. Always the best.
Oh, it's definitely not hard to find there. There's just a million barbecue joints there. You know, the Smoky Mountains.
Absolutely. And you're going to have the Jack Daniels infused barbecue sauce.
I didn't have any of that, but I had a lot of different kinds.
As Brian Neff is bringing it down pit road now. Another person that was saved by that caution was Kurt Davidson. Remember, he had that trip through the grass earlier on in the race in that green flag run. He's been saved by that as well. So good to see that he's able to maybe make his way through the pack again. Keith Mayata's going to have to do it all over again as he's in P10. But he made it, 10 positions on that last run? So definitely not going to count him out yet. Still not going to count him out until the checkered flag comes out. As I
don't ever count him out.
No, as we're 2x2 again, Scott. So it's your turn to get us going one more time.
I raced with him last night. I thought for sure he was going to win, and then all of a sudden that stuff that happened at the end just happened. I'm still kind of stunned that happened.
Well, he managed to win the Indy 500 on fuel strategy, so...
But he also led the most laps last night. I think he led like 98 laps or something of the 200. So, wow. I mean, he was a pretty strong force last night, and then that happened to him on the last lap where the car just come out from behind him on the restart there with a one-lap shootout. Up the track he went and clipped second place, and Paul Crumride went on to the win. Here we go. Let's see how this one finishes. Maybe we'll get some fireworks like that before it's over. Here we go. Pace car's off. Waiting on Joe Mitchell. There we go. Joe's ready to go. Green flag is out. We're racing again in Michigan.
Yeah, Brayden.
Got some new players up here now. Look at these new names up here in the top 5.
Yeah, your favourite man, Timothy Lewis, up there in the top place. And Timothy Lewis up to 4th, but here comes Gonzalez back on the inside again. He's going to try and get that position back, but not going to make it work as Lewis.
Yeah, there's a storm brewing right here, Sam.
Absolutely. As Joe Mitchell has been able to just walk away from these guys battling behind him. Brayden Johnson just trying to reel him back in again in that Finding Nemo car. Still not sure why he's running a Finding Nemo machine.
Oh, he's just trying to get away from the tornado behind him right now. He can see it forming.
There's Ryan Robertson there in third place. Just doing okay to fend off the two guys behind him. That is Tim Lewis and Lupe Gonzalez. Actually, Tim Lewis is going to get a run on Ryan Robertson going into turn 3. There goes Lewis to the inside of the 32. And Tim Lewis is...
move.
Absolutely. As Tim Lewis moves up to third place now. Great move there by the number 4.
Yeah, I don't think he's worried about the tires right now. I think he's thinking they're going to get another quick caution soon. I don't think he's concerned about the long run. They're slowly closing in on the 36, too. Meanwhile, Joe Mitchell's just getting away. He's loving all this racing going on behind him. He's getting away. If this thing stays green, he's driving away from him.
Absolutely. The man from Pennsylvania has led the most laps here tonight with 47 laps led. Definitely a man on a mission tonight. Wants to make it 2 from 2 here tonight at Michigan and going the right way about it. He's already 0.8 of a second up the road from Brayden Johnson, who, like you said, Scott, is being caught by Tim Lewis. Tim Lewis on a charge now is getting ever closer to the 36 as they go through turn 2.
Yeah, he can sense it, man. He knows where he started. He's being motivated by that right now.
Absolutely. Looking back through the pack there. Look at Adam Baker. Adam Baker already up to the top 10 spot. He is in 10th place just after passing Andrew Melvin. Remember, Melvin's got that damage to his car, so he's not going to have the car to fight as Melvin gets into the wall going for the tri-oval. And that's going to let Ron Hollifield take the inside line on him. So Ron Hollifield now up to P11. Adam Baker up to 10th. Keith Maiato on the move again. He's already up to P8, just ahead of Kurt Davidson. Kurt Davidson also on the move. He started back in P18, and he's already up to P9.
Remember, he took a ride out through the grass.
So Davidson, one of the biggest movers since the green flag came out again. And he's already trying to make a move on Keith Maiato. Got the inside line on the 09 as they go into turn 1. Kurt Davidson's going to take the fight to Keith Maiato, and Davidson's going to get it as Adam Baker's going to follow him through, coming out of turn 2 towards the backstretch. Baker side by side with Maiato as they go towards turn 3. Can he get it hooked up and go into dive bombing in? He does dive bombing in, and Adam Baker up to the 9th spot. Keith Maiato demoted 2 spots to P10.
Wow, you don't see that very often where Maiato loses 2 spots in 1 lap. Keith ain't going to give up, though. He's going to try to fight back here. He might be still suffering a little bit from that damage that he suffered when he smacked the inside wall there trying to make his pit stop.
I've just noticed he's got more damage on the right side of his car as well now.
Yeah, that could be hurting him, too. I've seen him brush the wall a couple times, but maybe them brushes were just a little harder than I thought.
As you see in there, the last car in the top 10. Got a few car lengths over Ron Hollifield, who's there in 11th. Who's battling it out with Andrew Melvin, actually. Melvin's still able to keep that car hooked up, despite all the damage he got earlier in the race with the incident he had with Jeff Glockner. So Melvin's still there. David Gainforth is still there too. David Gainforth has had a very clean race tonight. Just staying out of trouble. Maybe still suffering a bit of heartbreak from that, having to give up the win last week. But yeah, still running a very nice and clean race. He's putting a move on the outside of Andrew Melvin there as they go into turn 3. Not going to make a stick as Melvin's going to try and look on the inside of Ron Hollifield as well now.
And Gainforth trying to get a couple spots here.
Yeah.
So I want to get both these guys. Putting the pressure on. Ooh, almost contact there.
Absolutely, as they get spread out now. So that battle comes to a bit of an end as we're going to go and look at Aaron Shaffer. He's working on the inside of Ryan Robertson. Ryan Robertson looks like he might have burned off the goodie on that Toyota as he... there goes Shaffer to the inside.
Here comes the 43.
Yeah, Vince Moore been very strong as they're 3 wide going across the line.
What a bold move that was.
So Vince Moore going to try and take 2 places at the same time, going through turns 1 and 2. They are trying to be 3 wide. Schaefer's going to move to the inside. He's going to go to the middle. 3 wide coming out of turn 2. Vince Moore, what a save by the 43. What a save.
Saved it. That's a glove save there. Nice job, 43.
As he slots back in right between Kurt Davidson and Keith Mayato, back in 9th place. Only lost a couple of positions because of that, but still a very scary moment there for the 43.
They did a good job. Well, that was going to end that way. They were pushing the envelope there, and, you know, they've got some laps on the tires, so it's bound to happen.
Absolutely is.
Good job by the 43.
Absolutely. Let's go back to... Actually, everybody's really...
The 2 are still up there battling it up pretty hard. I wouldn't doubt this is over yet.
Absolutely.
Shaffer and Robertson still up here now. Shaffer's starting to pull away a little bit now. But look at Tim Lewis. He's way up road from these guys. He has pulled away.
Yeah, at some point he did lose that position back to Lupe Gonzalez. Gonzalez back up to the 3rd spot now. Brayden Johnson happy to sit there in 2nd for now. He's actually gained some time on Joe Mitchell. He's gained 0.2 of a second on the 18, so it looks like Brayden Johnson is deciding now's the time to go. Now's the time I want this lead back.
Yeah, these guys are going to make one more pit stop.
Yeah.
The question is when.
That is a very, very big question. As remember Adam Baker back there in P7, currently battling with Aaron Shaffer. How long can his tyres last? Because he seems to be the man that's struggling the most on the long runs right now. It doesn't seem to be hindering him so far, as he's just got past Aaron Shaffer and moved up to 6th place.
My guess would be somewhere between lap 130 and 135. We're going to start seeing guys coming down pit road. If we don't see them sooner.
Seems
30 to go this time.
Oh, looks like Lebanese is getting into a bit of trouble back there. Coming out of turn 2. Got all out of shape coming out of turn 2. And he has just dropped off the back of the pack there as he's going to get passed by Larry Holloway as well.
And it's been a tough night for Lynn. Looks like he might. I thought he might be coming to pit road, but nope. A tough night for the 84 though. He's just trying to hang on right now.
Yeah, as he's backed off completely. He's back down there in P16. Got a decent enough gap over John Estes, who's the last car on the lead lap. Larry Holloway getting lapped back off Len McNeese. Go back to our battle for the lead, as it looks like Brayden Johnson has caught right up to the back of Joe Mitchell. I wonder if Joe Mitchell's used up his tyres already.
It's starting to look that way as far as Brayden Johnson's concerned.
Remember, Brayden Johnson was our pole sitter here tonight. Fell back early in the race after getting off to a horrible start, but really clawed his way back through the field. Is now up to P2 now, so definitely hoping to try and get his 2nd race win of the season here at Michigan. And he does like these kinds of tracks. I mean, he won at Vegas. I know that's a cookie cutter track compared to this one, but definitely prefers these kind of conditions.
Oh, he's hanging right now. It's one thing getting to the leader. It's another thing getting by him. Plus the pit stop's still, in loom here. So when will they pit and who will get on and off pit road quicker? I have a feeling that's going to settle it.
Absolutely. As Lupe Gonzalez looks like he's starting to close the gap, as well as Timothy Lewis. He's starting to close the gap. Adam Baker up to P5 now. He's passed the 32 of Ryan Robertson. He's up to the top 5 now, so watch for him to try and close the gap to Timothy Lewis now, as he's just walking away from Robertson right now. Actually, Adam Baker's got the freshest tyres in that top 5 right now, you know.
Yeah, and he's been the one that's had the most trouble earlier in the race holding on to the tire and not burning it up too soon. So we'll see how well he does as the laps close down here and how good he does when he comes back out.
As you see him coming out of turn 2 there, just ahead of Kurt Davidson, another man that's been making his way through the field after taking that trip through the grass a few laps ago. Restarted back in the latter half of the field. He's already up to the top 10, up to the top 6. Just got past Aaron Shaffer. As it looks like Shaffer's bringing it pit side. And he does. Shaffer's in pit road. First man to blink.
Well, there's some other guys coming off pit road.
That's Ron Hollifield. Vince Moore's coming off pit road. Right.
Yeah, it looks like the 32, Ryan Robertson.
So those guys just making their pit stop have come out right behind Keith Maiato. They are going to be a lap down, but for now, let's see how they handle it and keep the... well, look at that. Fresh tyres on Robertson, just breezes past Maiato.
Oh, yeah. It'd be a huge difference with this many laps on the tires. And Johnson is all over the 18 now. When will these guys pit? It's got to be soon. I know these other guys pitted. There's not a whole lot of laps on the backside, so you don't want to stay out here too long.
Absolutely not. As you don't want... The one thing you don't want to see happen is the people that have already pitted pass you and get their lap back, because you know that once you pit then, that you're going to be losing a position to those people once you come on that pit road.
36 got a big run through the corner there on the 18. Now the 18 is starting to gap him a little bit on the stretch there, but there was a spot there where Joe Mitchell, I thought he was slowing down to make an entry into pit road. That's how much time he lost through the corner.
But speaking of pit road, Gonzalez and Lewis are both in pit road now, so the first of the top 5 to be pitting there here tonight, as it looks like Ryan Robertson, as I just mentioned, the one thing you don't want to see happen is the people that have already pitted trying to pass you to get their lap back. Ryan Robertson is closing in on the top 2 at a rate of knots. Here comes Mitchell.
Yep, Joe's coming in. He said enough of that. I see him coming. So Johnson out there by himself for a lap. He'll come next time. He won't stay out any longer than that.
Yeah, Baker's in. Davidson's in. Everybody coming down pit road now. So the green flag pit stops are cycling out as they are right now. Brayden Johnson's staying out. As you mentioned, he probably will bring it down pit side this time. Here comes Robertson. Robertson really on a charge right now, as he's bringing Vince Moore with him as well.
Yeah, 36 definitely wants to come in here. It would just be futile for him to stay out.
And he does. He brings it down pit side.
He's got to get a good stop here.
Yeah, he's very, very cautiously entering pit road there. Doesn't want to cross the yellow lines here, as that will also give you one of those pit blending line pit penalty things. So here he comes into his pit box. See what kind of stop he can get. Gets into his pit box very nicely, as John Estes is going to take over the lead now. 22 laps to go. John Estes, 26 laps on his tyres. In the lead now. But for how long? Here comes Brayden Johnson. But Ryan Robertson's going to move up to the point. Ryan Robertson, the man with the biggest speed out on track right now. The rookie Ryan Robertson is in a net first place right now.
Yep, as of right now, but we'll see how it cycles through and some of these guys get up to speed here. Joe Mitchell's got fresh tires now. Ryan's been out there for a few laps.
Yeah, and after that pit stop, Brayden Johnson's fallen back to P7, right behind Aaron Shaffer. So he's going to try...
back here giving it to Joe Mitchell, too. They're side by side here, coming to the stripe.
Yes, here comes Gonzalez to the inside of the 18 of Joe Mitchell. Joe Mitchell's going to keep it wound up on the high side as they're side by side going through turn 2. Mitchell's going to live to fight another day as they go onto the backstretch. But your leader right now is John Estes, and still not bringing it down pit road.
Yeah, John's hoping for the caution right now. Or who knows? Maybe he'll try to stretch it all the way to the end and see how his luck plays out.
Well, he's...
Never know.
Ryan Robertson is 12.5 seconds back and closing very quickly, so either a caution comes out now or he's going to lose a ton of spots right now when he pits.
That's what I'm saying. He might just be trying to go to the end here and, or go as far as he can. Hope the caution comes out. Getting a little camera time right now.
Absolutely.
John been around running these leagues for a long time, so I'm sure that feels good to John right now to be out front leading this race here. Coming to lap 137 to 155.
And he's getting that all-important bonus point as well for leading the lap, so definitely good to see him out there just running those laps, getting those... getting the TV time, like you said, and really hope for a caution and see if he can keep it out front there. But he's not running as fast as everybody else, as something's happened to... No, I was wrong. As it looks like Estes is bringing it down pit road. Estes is out of fuel.
Yep, here he comes.
Estes is out of fuel.
Here comes Joe Mitchell. He's putting a move on Ryan Robertson right now as they get to the stripe. Joe Mitchell's going to take the lead here as we close in on these final 18 laps at Michigan Speedway.
So yeah, there goes Joe Mitchell to the point. Ryan Robertson not really got anything for him now, as he's got 4 lap holder tyres than the 18. And that was the money stop, so they can go to the end now at this point.
Yes, sir.
Question is, can the tyres hold out?
Oh, yeah. Joe make them hold out. Can Johnson catch him? That's the question. Can Johnson get by Lupe here and get up to him? The more he has to battle Lupe, the more of the tire he's going to burn off before he ever gets to Joe Mitchell. And Joe just going to start pulling away here the more they race back here. Robertson's out of the equation. His tires, they're not equal to the other guys in front of him. So, as you can see, he's already fading back.
Yeah, it's Brayden Johnson now up to second as he's working on the inside of Lupe Gonzalez. Gonzalez has to yield it to him as now Brayden Johnson. Brayden Johnson.
Now the race is on.
Now the race is on, yeah.
Can he get back to him? And it's one thing getting back to him. Can he get around him? Will he have enough tire to get around him once he gets there?
Well, it's not
with slower traffic. As you see, they're already catching slower cars. How will that play a role?
Well, they've not been able to get around. He's not been able to get around him so far. So, it'd be interesting to see if he can this time round. Ryan Robertson, as you already mentioned, he is already back in 4th place. Vince Moore's right behind him on the same amount of tyres. So it might be Timothy Lewis might have a chance at a top 5 here tonight.
That'd be pretty good for Tim Lewis. I know he'd feel good about that.
As he's already onto the back of the 43. And it looks like he might have him there as they go towards turn 1 and 2. Is he going to make the move now? Not quite yet. He's not quite close enough, but on the exit of turn 2, he's going to dive into the inside of the 43. Alongside now as they come onto the backstretch. And Timothy Lewis is in the top 5.
Nicely done. And we're coming around to 14 to go this time, so we're clicking down the laps here.
Absolutely, as here comes Timothy Lewis. Is not done here as he's going to try and start working on the back of Ryan Robertson. Tim Lewis, one of the veterans in this league, definitely knows how to get it done, as he's going to be working on the rookie. I think pitting as early as he did Ryan Robertson, probably a bit of a rookie mistake there for the 32.
He was just, seeing what would happen and maybe hoping to get another caution where it would just kind of work out for him. He'd be able to hold on to the tires for a little bit, caution come out, maintain the track position, everybody's got fresh rubber, and then just have a shootout. But it didn't work out that way for him, so.
Yeah, unfortunate there.
Tim Lewis has had a hell of a run tonight, I can tell you that, though. He started dead last on this field. He's up to 4th place.
Yeah, he's just gone around Ryan Robertson. Speaking of people having good runs, Brayden Johnson has closed that gap to half a second to Joe Mitchell now. So we're going to have a nice battle on our hands if this keeps going the way it is. Although Joe Mitchell has responded and has gained 0.3 of a second straight away, just on that 1/2 of a lap.
Yeah, this race is far from over. We could still get a caution too, and I'll bunch them all back up again. You know how that usually goes.
And Joe Mitchell is blinking pretty heavily as well, so some connection issues there for the 18. So hopefully that doesn't end his race. I've seen that happen before to people that have been in good positions, and it's been absolutely heartbreaking to see.
More than once.
Yeah. I think it happened to Shane Papala once, and that was bad enough. I think in Go Fast, I think it happened to one of the drivers in that. I think it was Puffenbarger it happened to in Go Fast, but that's another league. This is SOMO right now as Joe Mitchell now actually starting to extend his lead over Brayden Johnson. I wonder if Brayden Johnson might have used this stuff up too early, trying to get onto the back of Joe Mitchell as we are coming to 10 laps to go here at Michigan. Joe Mitchell, your leader, as he comes towards the line. We are 10 laps to go here at Michigan International Speedway. 10 laps for Brayden Johnson to close that gap and hopefully make a race out of this.
Yeah, I don't know if he's going to have enough tire or not. He might have used up his stuff at this point. That last run, he was a lot closer. I'm just seeing him struggle right now to try to get back to Joe Mitchell.
He's already fallen to 0.8 of a second behind that. Made that 0.9 of a second now as they go through turns 3 and 4. Although he does seem faster through certain corners on the track, like turns 3 and 4, he does get it completely wound up and manages to gain some time. But for some reason in turns 1 and 2, he doesn't seem to be as fast through there as yeah, he loses quite a substantial amount of time. Although he does look a lot closer this time round. That's about 9 laps to go.
I was going to say, even if he gets to him, I don't know if he's going to have anything for him. It looks like he's inching closer.
Question is, can Joe Mitchell hold on to get his second win in a row here at Michigan? The gap now 0.4 of a second between Mitchell and Johnson. So Brayden Johnson really going to put his foot to the floor now to try and see if he can get to the back of him. Question is, can he get around? And there's one thing he's struggled to do so far tonight, is get around the 18. As we're going to
got Len McNeese on the apron there right in front of him.
Yeah, he probably dropped to the apron, just stay out of the way, or he's going to bring it down pit road, one of the two. As the gap now between the top two is 25 thousandths of a second. 2500.
Yeah, he's getting there.
25 hundredths of a second, sorry.
Joe just trying to keeping him at arm's length right now. Kind of like a kid at a barbecue when he just won't leave you alone. You just got your hand out.
So back to Keith Maiato, who's just gone around Ryan Robertson. Keith Maiato already back up to the top 6. So good to see him making his comeback through the field. Adam Baker already back up to the top 5 as he's about to put a lap on John Estes. Timothy Lewis is still there in P4. 1.4 seconds at the road from Adam Baker. Again, he's got to be our driver of the night, Mr. Tim Lewis, because started shotgun on the field. Going to be finishing somewhere within the top 5. We're not going to say he's going to finish 4th yet because we know how fast Adam Baker can be. We're getting up to the back of someone. So, yeah, definitely our driver of the night, Mr. Tim Lewis.
Not only that, but you never know what could happen with these two up here. If the 36 does get to the 18, they can wind up taking each other out. We got 5 to go. They better settle it soon because we're running out of laps.
Absolutely, as they are. Brayden Johnson losing a small bit of time on that last lap, dropping 1/10 of a second, but it's not going all his way right now. He's not able to close that gap. He's in the dirty air of the 18. Not able to get any closer than the way he is now, although he's managed to close the gap a lot more this time round as they come out of turn 4. Brayden Johnson really looks up for this now as they're going to go across the line. 4 laps to go here now. Can Joe Mitchell hold on for a second win in a row? Or can Brayden Johnson close that gap and get his first win since Las Vegas?
Just don't know if 36 is going to have anything for him. He can get close, but he can't get close enough.
Not at all, as the gap is still 0.3 of a second and staying that way as they come across the line. 3 laps to go now here at Michigan. If he's got to make a move, he's got to make it now.
Yep, you got any tire left, it's time to use it. He's using up all the track. Look at him swing out there near the wall. Joe's not getting anywhere near the wall, not getting any chances.
Not at all, as
That's also trying to cut off his drafting ability as well.
And that might be why he's ducking to the bottom of the track when they come across the tri-oval.
Yes, sir. That's something they learned from racing them Indy cars.
Lupe Gonzalez sitting back there in 3rd place. He's happy to just sit there and take the podium finish, as I'm not really surprised, as they're coming up on lap traffic. This might come into play as we are 2 laps to go. As Brayden Johnson's even ever closer now as they go towards turn 3. This might be Brayden Johnson's chances. He's going to try the inside line on the 18. Dive bombs it in. And Brayden Johnson takes the lead with 2 laps to go.
There. Yeah, I don't know what happened to the 18 there, what allowed that to happen, but all of a sudden he lost a ton of momentum.
Joe Mitchell going to try the inside line there as they go to the white flag now. The white flag is out here in Michigan, and the race has really picked up all of a sudden. Brayden Johnson now to the point, managing to get the pass done with 2 laps to go just before the white flag. Oh, Joe Mitchell's going in. Joe Mitchell has lost it. And Joe Mitchell has wrecked his car. No, he hasn't.
No, he saved it. He saved it. He's still going. He lost the spot to Lupe, but he's going to wind up on the podium.
Or is he? Because here comes Tim Lewis as Brayden Johnson is going to come out of turn 4. He's going to grab his first win since Las Vegas. Brayden Johnson wins at Michigan International Speedway.
Lupe is going to be 2nd. Joe Mitchell 3rd. Tim Lewis 4th. And back there in 5th place is Adam Baker.
And Keith Maiato rebounding for 6th place. Vince Moore, a strong run there for him. He's going to come across the line in 7th place. Aaron Shaffer in 8th. Seth Hatchel finally coming home in 9th place. And Andrew Melvin, the rookie there in the number 37. He's going to round out the top 10. So good finish there for him. But the night belongs to one Mr. Brayden Johnson. What a race to the flag there for the 36. Really took it to Joe Mitchell with 2 laps to go and finally got that position back as he starts his celebration through the grass. Going to take advantage of that new tired grass damage model.
Yeah, Joe just got it all wrong coming out of 2, which allowed him to get underneath him and make the pass. Wow. I'm still shocked it happened.
Absolutely is. Just focusing on our winner, Brayden Johnson. Let's go to our interviews now as we're going to speak to Mr. Joe Mitchell. He's probably not going to be the happiest one, but we're going to speak to him anyway as he's with us now. Joe Mitchell, last lap, heartbreak. Talk us through what happened there.
I don't know. Bad luck. He had some fresher tires. He did have some damage. I saw he got the wall, and then that was everything I had, man. I'm not a loose setup type of guy, so hats off to Brayden. I tried to get there, tried to give him the bumper, and then I hurt myself in the process. So I guess that's some instant karma for you.
Absolutely, but you controlled the race for most of it. I mean, you led the most laps here tonight, and you seem to have control of the race especially after the green flag pit stops. But Brayden just seemed to have a lot more for you come the end of the race, and for the good part of it, it looked like you were going to hold him off until just before the white flag came out.
Yeah, we were running low on fuel, and they kept getting looser and looser. And I was trying, but I don't know. Looking back on it, I would have done some stuff differently for sure. But hats off to Brayden. He was way better on the long run than I was. I'm surprised I held on as long as I did. So it was a good race. I had a lot of fun, sweating my butt off here, and I'm gonna lose sleep over that one.
Well, Joe, you were so close to getting your second win in a row here tonight, but definitely going to try again next week as we go to Texas, I believe it is. So, what are your thoughts going towards the Lone Star State?
I expect to see a lot of Keith Mayauto's rear bumper. He's pretty good there. It's usually the case. Makes some weird lines work and saves some tires. He's super fast, so it'll be interesting. I don't know. See what happens, I guess.
At least I think it's Texas.
Actually, I was going to say, not to interrupt, but they're off next week, and then the next race is Sonoma, actually.
Oh, so you're going road racing next time round, Joe. So what are your thoughts on that one?
I'm super screwed now. I thought I had it back in Texas. I don't know. It's a fun track. I like it with the elevation changes and everything, so keeps it interesting. We'll see what happens. I'm not a road racer, but I'm going to give it my best, and we'll go from there.
Well, Joe, I know it's not the position you wanted to finish, but congratulations on the third place, and we'll see you in 2 weeks at Sonoma.
Yes, sir. Anyone
you want to thank for tonight's third place?
I was just saying thanks to you guys. Yeah, I'd like to thank SOMO, all the admins, all the guys here. It's a lot of fun. My teammates at MB Motorsports, all the sponsors for putting up some money to get some races broadcasted. It's really cool. And I'd like to thank my wife and son also.
Okay, Joe, we'll see you in 2 weeks at Sonoma.
Yes, sir. You guys have a good night.
And you. As that was our third place finisher. Lupe Gonzalez, as we already know from his win at Dover, Scott, does not like to be interviewed, so he won't be joining us in the booth. So I'm going to give you the honour of talking to our race winner of tonight, Mr. Brayden Johnson, and I believe he's with you right now.
10-4, I got you.
Johnson, you got a copy? Buddy. Tell us about that second to last lap pass there, and what was going through your mind when that was all going down.
That was exactly what I was hoping for. I knew it was tough to pass here, and I saw him get loose, and when I saw that he lost the momentum he did, I just dove it in there, and I was like, I'm going to go for it. And I don't know what happened going into 3, but I saw that he was all of a sudden farther behind me, so I slid up, and man, I was turning just as much right as left.
Yeah, I went back and watched it on board. It was pretty clean, man. He was never in any kind of danger that you put him in or anything. So you just made a strong move, and you went through there pretty quickly and made it work, man. Congratulations. You brought home the win tonight, your 5th career win here in SOMO. It's, like I said, it's got to feel pretty good, man.
Oh, yeah, it does. And, man, it's just great racing with these guys out here. The race was decently long, and I was surprised I made it, and I really had to go to the bathroom.
All right, well, now we won't keep you very long, but how many people are you aware how many people qualify for the chase at the end of the season? Is it 12? Is it 16?
I'm not quite sure, but I just plan on being there.
Well, that's what I was going to say. You were 16th coming into tonight, so if it was 16, you were right on the cusp. If it's 12, you got a little bit of work to do, but this win's definitely going to help you as far as that goes because it was pretty close. So either way, this is going to help big time.
Las Vegas.
Yeah, so he's already pointed into the chase from that win.
Okay, good deal. Well, then you don't have to sweat it.
Yep, and I also want to give a shout out to Portside Jaguar for putting on these races, and Coffee Glitter Mom on Facebook. They make coffee cups and they glitter them all up. I'd like to give a shout out to all the sponsors and you guys for putting out the broadcast for everybody to watch, and also for SOMO for giving us a good place to race and a good rule set. And also, too, my girlfriend for painting me the Finding Nemo car that took me to Victory Lane tonight.
I was just about to ask what the story was behind the paint scheme you had on the car, but now we know, Sam.
Yeah. Yeah. Very nice paint scheme, though. Very nice paint scheme.
We were talking about the Finding Nemo paint scheme on the broadcast there, how it was trying to find Victory Lane, and you did find it tonight, man. So congratulations. And is there anybody else you want to thank while you got the stage here?
I think I about just went through all my list. Also, all my buddies at SK Motorsports, and that's about it. And thank you guys again. I mean, I really appreciate it.
All right, dude. Well, congratulations on your second win of the season, and we'll see you in a couple of weeks at Sonoma.
10-4. Take care, guys.
You too. Sam?
Well, that was our race winner, Mr. Brayden Johnson, as we are going to go to our results now for tonight's race. A very, very contentious race. We've had 7 cautions here tonight, but Brayden Johnson making the pass of the night here. Led 6 laps, but they were the 6 most important laps of his life as he comes home with a very popular win here tonight. Lupe Gonzalez stealing second place there from Joe Mitchell after Joe Mitchell spun it on the final lap. He comes home in 3rd. Timothy Lewis, our driver of the night, started shocking on the field, came home in 4th. Adam Baker, what could have been for him, he rounds out the top 5. Keith Mayato had problems all night long, but still rebounds it for 6th place. Vince Moore, strong run for him, he finishes 7th. Aaron Schaefer 8th. 9th, Seth Hatchel, what could have been for him as well. And running out the top 10, a very good position for him, is Mr. Andrew Melvin.
David Gameforth finished 11th. Brian Neff 12th. Ron Hollifield 13th. Kurt Davidson took a ride through the grass, ultimately finished 14th. He was up there near the top 5 when that happened. That pretty much ruined his race. He recovered a little bit, but ultimately finished 14th on the evening. Ryan Robertson didn't really work out for him at the end. He finished 15th. John Estes was first car lap down 16th, led some laps there, got a little camera time. Sure John will be happy with that finish. Larry Holloway 17th, Lynn McNeese 18th, Tom Clayton 19th, and Jay Fountain rounds out top 20.
21st was Jeff Sharp. Chris Samard having that huge wreck. He finished 22nd. Classified 23rd, Jeff Glockner. 24th, Shane Papala after having that huge wreck with Brad Hicks. Brad Hicks taken to the medical centre earlier after hitting the side of Shane Papala's car at full speed. He was classified as 25th. Paul Cohen 26th. 27th and last running car was Curtis Martin, Mike Grandy and Matthew Talbot not taking the green. Well, tonight that has been a fantastic race we've been watching here tonight. Our winner here tonight was Brayden Johnson. Scott, what are your final thoughts on tonight's race?
Oh, no, I thought it was a pretty good race. It was a bit of a long race, but usually these races at Michigan are. But all in all, it's pretty entertaining, and we got a little surprise there in the last couple laps again there at the end and saw somebody steal the race. So, pretty cool.
Absolutely. As now we are going to go to our final part of the program. As that is going to do it here tonight for SOMO. A fantastic race here at Michigan, but we're not done here in the Midwest, as we're going to be back here again tomorrow night for Go Fast Racing, the Grand National Series. Scott, you're going to be here with me tomorrow night?
Yes, sir.
As they take their Xfinity cars to the 2 Mile Oval. Friday night we're going to have the Xfinity, the Paskey's Xfinity Series as well. That should be interesting to see as well. Saturday, the Paskey's Cup Series makes its return to Beaufort Broadcasting. They will be kicking off their season once again after taking a short hiatus. Also, live on Beaufort Broadcasting, we'll be having the Major League Esports as they take their turn at Michigan International Speedway, as they're going to be in the K&N cars. Sunday, we take the night off. Monday, we're back here again on Beaufort Broadcasting with the Cardiac Truck Series, and the wing sprints on the asphalt will be back as well on Monday. Tuesday we're taking the night off again, and then Wednesday we're back with Top Fuel Racing and we're going to the Far East, Scott.
Yes, sir. The Twin Ring, the Oval. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, we're going to be taking a small trip to Japan on Wednesday night when they go to Motegi. Thursday we'll be back here. Well, we're going to be taking a night off here next Thursday, as they'll be taking a week off. So definitely a stacked week of entertainment here tonight. As I'm going to get out of here. Scott's going to get out of here. We'll be back here tomorrow at Michigan again with the Go Fast Racing League Grand National Series. All that's left for me to say is keep it clean, keep it green, and we will see you again tomorrow night from Michigan.